We are live, so... Hello everyone, it's a fair programming error that has refused to be fixed. CodeErr. And welcome back to World of Dreams. Oh, what a dream. Hi Neon, hi Spinne, look at that, actually getting first this time. Enjoy your ads and enjoy your first. Hope everyone's doing well today. I really hope everyone is doing well today. Well rested, well everything. Ads over? Good. Then welcome back officially, and once again congrats on being first. Now then, World of Dreams. A bunch of stuff has happened so far. We were very close to slowly talking to Yuri about everything that's going on. That didn't work out, because we were interrupted by a massive piece of shit. That piece of shit being Natsuki's dad, who was just like, who just decided to show up and pull an American by becoming a school shooter. Hopefully today we will be able to rectify some of that some of the problems, because we're getting closer and closer to the weekend. And we all know that that is not a good thing, because we know during Act 2, Yuri doesn't survive the weekend. She dies on Friday. This is where shit is officially getting real. We should be very concerned. Now let us load back in. We're about to go to the club, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. After everything that happened today. And by today I mean last week today. Finally we reach it and open the door. No one is in the club room when we arrive. Good. That also hopefully means no corpses. Monica turns the lights on and we follow her in. We get to some front desks and collapse into them, exhaling loudly. Monica stares blankly at the chalkboard, then slowly focuses on Natsuki, whose head is lying on one of the desks.
Natsuki, you said you wanted to tell us something.
Oh, right.
She sits up and swallows.
So, I had a long talk with my dad.
Monica shoots me a warning look, but I'm currently feeling too tired and too miserable to get angry. No outburst this time.
Alright. What did he say?
He kept on apologizing over and over again.
Probably didn't mean any of it. He's only sorry because he got arrested. Natsuki looks away, small tears forming in her eyes, which she quickly wipes away with a dirty handkerchief. It still looks damp even now. But hey, if he's so apologetic about it, you know what you should say? If you're really sorry, then you'll do this thing for me and officially get his permission to move in with one of us. Boom, problem solved. Doesn't mean you have to forgive him or anything. Nobody should ever forgive that scumbag. But it is the best way to get what we need right now. You know? Yeah. She clears her throat and continues.
He told me that he doesn't want to put me into the system for the next 2 years, so he was hoping one of my friends would be able to take me in.
Well, that's good.
What did the government officials say about that?
Well, they told me that I could stay with a friend for now until they get this all sorted out.
It's a start. Don't worry, they won't get this sorted out by the time the weekend rolls around. And by the time the weekend rolls around, this world will collapse in on itself anyway. So we're good. We're good. So good. She turns to me.
Meiji, I mentioned your place and told him about what happened yesterday, more or less.
Oh? What did they say?
They told me that if it was okay with his parents, I would be okay staying there. I did have to give them your address.
Alright. How long did they say you were able to stay with Meiji?
They told me about a week, unless Meiji's parents agree to let me stay longer.
When? We won't need you to stay more than a week. Again, the world is about to get destroyed anyway in a few days. It's totally fine. A week is more than enough time. Okay. We're good.
Code, do you think you could call them sometime or talk to them whenever they get back?
I don't see why not. Meiji, when do your parents come back? Well, according to my memories, around the time of the festival. He says around festival time. I can ask them then if you want, if we make it to the festival, which we won't.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just then the door opens, Mori and Yuri step into the room. Mori looking concerned and Yuri with a blank expression on her face. Maya quickly stands and makes her way over to Yuri.
Yuri, how are you feeling?
Wow, we're going back to a last name basis. Okay. Yep, Yuri's retreating. Yuri is absolutely retreating from this. If she's going back to the last name basis for everyone, for even Monica, Jesus. Also, hi Tormuse, how's it going? How are you today? Hope you are well.
Oh, I am well, President Asano. Thank you for asking.
Her tone is cold, although still vaguely polite. Asano is Monica's surname. Yes, Asano is officially Monica's surname in this mod. Natsuki looks away for a moment, then stands quickly and approaches Yuri.
Yuri, listen, about what happened.
She's gonna go on a last name basis with Natsuki again as well, right? Gonna say, please don't call me Yuri, address me by my surname. Maybe. Well, she's definitely addressing her, you know, by, again, last name basis. She's retreating. After what happened, she is no longer feeling as open and comfortable.
You don't need to be so concerned for me, Maruto-san. As you can see, I'm quite well and uninjured.
Oh, that's good.
Yuri remains expressionless, the tension in the room slowly building.
Are you gonna make some tea today? I think we could all use some.
Very well.
Slowly, almost methodically, Yuri makes her way to the closet and retrieves her tea set. Mori quickly makes her way over and offers her assistance. Alright, at least, you know, she's still making tea for the club, hooray. Where's the skeleton? I'm sorry, there is no skeleton in this. We miss our friend. We miss Sayashi. All that Yuri asks for her to do is fill the brew with some tea leaves while she goes to get some water from a nearby fountain. She's grabbing water from a nearby fountain during Act 2. If she takes a while to get back, we know what that means, right? Everybody is aware what she could be doing right now? We all know? Okay, good. So should someone maybe accompany her after all? You know, just in case. Can't believe I have to even bring this up, guys. I know she's acting very distant right now and would probably not want someone accompanying her for no reason. But for obvious safety reasons, I feel like we should maybe do that anyway? No? Okay. Once she leaves, Mori turns forlornly to us.
It's been like this ever since I went to check on her. I can barely get anything out of her.
It's like she's only saying the bare minimum. I think I'll try talking to her later.
Sure, that's a good idea. Code, Yuri's getting more and more unstable. I even checked her character file while we were in the nurse's office.
What? How?
Monica sighs. She did it! Just in time. Just in time. Hooray, Monica, hooray.
I finally figured out how to manifest the console without needing to go to the space classroom.
Which makes sense from the time perspective we're currently in. Remember, this is Thursday. Friday is the day Actually, no. Friday is the day where everything goes wrong, but she only comes back to delete people on the day of the festival after the weekend. But yeah, she finally figured out how to do the thing. Hooray for that. I figured it out before her. Although I can't really do it willingly.
After watching Code do it a couple times, if I managed to figure out the secret. I'll show you all later.
Should we all know about it though? We all go silent at that. The only sound being the humming of the AC, the ticking of the clock on the wall, and the heavy rainfall outside. The ticking clock, to my ears, sounds almost as if it's getting louder the longer we don't say a word. Guys, speaking of the clock, time is passing. Are we certain that Yuri is coming back? Still can't believe I have to point out what might be happening right now. You all should know just as well as I that shit goes wrong when Yuri gets water.
I see a girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to
I'm
herself.
sorry, Rob.
That girl
Sorry
is
currently doesn't
my
exist in
neighbor and
this
good friend
world.
Since we were children.
Also, hi, Dan.
You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today.
How are
But
you?
it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together. on
Still
days like
enjoying this mod
It's
yourself, I
fun.
assume? I assume you're still playing the mod yourself. And enjoying, I put in quotation marks, considering some of the heavy subjects that you're being forced to experience in this. But I hope you are well. But what is there to say? What the hell do we even talk about? Maybe we should talk about sending someone after Yuri right now? How many times do I have to point that out? It's Act 2. She went to grab water. Oh, the memory's back. Ah, yeah. Lurking again. Appreciate the lurk. Appreciate the lurk. You look out for those two hopeless individuals. Alright. Everything is starting to go even further downhill now. Even Meiji is silent. Oh, she's back. She actually came back. What a pleasant surprise. Nobody... well, we don't know if nothing happened, but... we should just be happy that she's back. Haha. No incident. We're all sitting around silently waiting when Yuri comes back in. We all look at her simultaneously. Her face is a bit flustered once more, and alarm bells go off in my head. Monica walks over and offers to take the water from her, but Yuri forcefully pulls it away.
Thank you for your concern, President Asano, but I'm perfectly capable of carrying this.
She walks past us and begins setting up the tea to boil. Dejected, Monica walks over to the teacher's desk and pulls out her notebook. Natsuki stands and slowly walks over to the closet, pulling out a volume of manga and sitting down to read. Mori doesn't move, looking at me with concern. With a small smile, I motion over to Yuri. Go. Again, it's difficult for me to talk to her because we know Yuri. Character could do a Why? That would... oh, it would break the tension, you say? Ain't that great? Wouldn't it be fantastic if I could just break the tension? But there's no such thing as breaking the tension. Go. Mori slowly stands and makes her way over to Yuri, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Let's do a flip? No. No. Breaking the tension! That is not an okay thing to do in the school environment. I lean my head against the window and just look out of the window. The rain falling against the window leaves long streaks and moisture which trickle down towards the concrete floor. The concrete roof floor outside. The sky is dark and full of storm clouds. as it has been for most of the week. No. You can't do that. You can't just do that. You can't shred the detention room. No. Meiji remains silent as we stare out the window. Are we sure he's not asleep again? We're so deep in thought, I don't even notice the teacup placed rather roughly before me until I feel the desk shake. Startled, I look up and see Yuri standing there giving me a glare. That's a glare? Okay.
Your tea.
Oh, that... She moves off before I can even get a chance to thank her. She hates me. Yay! Yuri hates me! The one clubmate whose feelings I care the least about. She hates me. I watch her go off and give the others their own tea with barely restrained anger and frustration. Pull my mask down and begin slowly sipping the tea, but its soothing heat to the back of Meiji's throat does a little for my mood. Don't seem to be matching a description in this scene. I feel like there would be better expressions for a glare. I feel like she has better expressions for a glare. But what do I know? Oh yeah, for anyone who's curious about why we're pulling our masks down, we're still sick. We've basically been sick almost the entire week. So we're doing the responsible thing and wearing a mask. As one should. The tea is just as good as I remember, but the atmosphere in the room is far too tense for it to be enjoyable. No one is talking to anyone. Mori doesn't even seem to be having any luck talking to Yuri. But at least Yuri is allowing Mori to sit next to her while the two read. Monika and I exchange a brief worried look, then I look over at Natsuki. Natsuki looks our way, then looks back at Yuri. Everyone's looking everywhere currently. She starts to stand, but a single glare from Yuri freezes her in place and she sits back down. Now see that? You just had to furrow her eyebrows a bit more. That looks more like a glare to me. They didn't furrow her eyebrows enough before. That was the problem. No tension around Yuri. Didn't see last week's episode. Alright, quick recap. The school shooting incident happened. But to add on to that, Yuri's already in her Act 2 state, meaning she's very jealous and wants to spend as much time with us as possible and doesn't like the other girls intruding. And she is now very upset because during the whole school shooting incident, both Monika and Natsuki freaked out and called me Code instead of Meiji. So now Yuri thinks we're all close enough for pet names already, for some reason, and is very upset that I am apparently getting so close with all these other girls. And is now mad at everyone. So that is what's going on. Yeah. And all of this is still by the way, this is still the same day that the incident happened. This is still the same day that we had a school shooter and we're still holding club. Because why wouldn't we? The gun shattered on the floor by my hand. That is also a thing that happened. America! Yes, a typical American incident. Single glare from Yuri freezes her in place and she sits back down. I guess talking to Yuri's off the table today, which is problematic because tomorrow is the day that she would stab herself. You know? We probably should figure something out. America, or so I hear, yeah. Probably so. This really sucks. This really sucks is a complete understatement. Yeah, no kidding. Meiji, what's wrong? I have been trying to think of a way to patch things up with Yuri. Anything? If there were, I'd have told you. Right. I decide not to push it, considering we're all stressed out beyond relief. I simply return to sipping at the tea until it's all finished. I push the teacup aside slowly and begin rubbing my eyes when I hear someone's phone going off. Yuri flinches at the sound, then pulls out her own phone. Is it the hospital calling? Is it about her mom? I assume it might be.
Hello? Yes, this is Yoshika Yuri.
Judging by that expression, I don't think it's anything good.
What? Could you repeat that, please?
Yuri has gone completely pale now.
Long before time had a name, the first spin jitsu master created Ninjago using 4 elemental weapons. But when he passed, a dark presence sought out to collect them all, Lord Garmadon. So I, Sensei Wu, his brother, sought out to find 4 ninja to collect them first.
Yes. That is exactly what she asked them to repeat. Could you repeat that? Proceeds to tell the tale of Ninjago. She listens, stunned, as the person on the other end continues speaking. Who started playing the organ music around here? Who brought an entire organ to school? It wasn't me.
Please tell me you're not serious. She can't be.
My mouth goes dry. She? Oh no. Please, God.
Alright, I'll be down there right away. Sorry doesn't do her much good, does it? Goodbye.
She swiftly ends the call, then turns to Monica.
President Asno, I'm afraid I need to leave early today. There's some business I need to attend to and it's urgent.
Oh, of course. Feel free, I was about to end the club meeting anyway.
Club meeting! There's the copyright infringement again.
Yuri, do you want me to come with you?
I thank you for your concern, but I will ask you to stay out of my personal affairs, please.
Her icy tone stuns the rest of us into silence. Mori simply nods and moves away as Yuri quickly packs her belongings.
Farewell, everyone.
Yuri quickly slips out of the classroom, and we can hear her footsteps rushing down the hall. Even when we can no longer hear her, the 4 of us can't say anything. Just look at each other. I brought a few organs. Some in my body. Ah yes, of course. Catching up to my 4th playthrough of the mod. Oh no, you better speed up. Oh no. Finally, Mori speaks up and confirms my worst fears. And you know this why? Were you listening in?
It was her mom. She suddenly passed away a few moments ago. I was close enough to hear her phone.
I see. She knows everything. That is our Mori. Monica and Natsuki look horrified. My heart sinks even lower than I thought it had. Clenching my fists in anger, I almost bring them up to slam against the desk, but I bring them slowly back down. It won't do us any good now. Natsuki, of all people, begins gathering up Yuri's tea set and putting things away, cleaning them as she does.
I'll be right back.
She takes the still halfway full teapot out, leaving me, Mori, and Monica alone. Monica rushes over to me just then and throws her arms around me. Mori comes over as well, rubbing Monica's back as tears form in her own eyes. You know, for someone whose empathy stat is supposedly very low, you're doing a really good job of showing emotions over Yuri's mom. Incredible! I am impressed, Monica. I am impressed that you can do this when apparently your empathy stat is oh so very low currently. Imagine putting a gun at someone and suddenly they slap the gun away. Yes. Imagine. I don't have to. Something similar happened in the game after all. Haha. I just wasn't on the receiving end of that. I'm still too stunned to say or do anything. I just look up towards the ceiling, my mind still unable to comprehend what's happening. What did I do wrong? Should I have focused more on Yuri? Should I have actually come and joined the club this time around? How would that affect her mom, though? Monica clings to me tighter, and Mori puts her other hand on my shoulder.
Come on, you two. Let's actually get packed up and head back to Meiji's house. Right.
Monica slowly releases her grip on me and straightens herself up before walking to grab her things. Again, though, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading into things the wrong way, but I feel like it doesn't make too much sense that that Monica is crying so much over Yuri's mom. Right? Right? Because we've specifically pointed out that the script is actively lowering Monica's empathy stat. We've pointed it out that her empathy is exceedingly low. So it feels a little bit weird to me that she's crying this hard over Yuri's mom. But what do I know, honestly? What could I possibly know? Mori walks over to me next and shakes my shoulders.
Code?
Yeah, hang on. Close my eyes for a moment, take a few deep breaths before I begin gathering up Meiji's backpack. Natsuki comes back carrying the now clean tea set. She places it on the highest shelf she can find before she gathers up all her manga and places them in her backpack. More like highest shelf she can reach. Should probably correct that to highest she can reach, not the highest she can find, because I'm sure she can find far higher ones. Well, who are you? Who is anyone?
Let's get the hell out of here.
Natsuki says what we're all thinking as she heads to the door. Monica locks up and we leave. Oh, look who it is. We head back down to the lockers and, to my surprise, are greeted by both Yae and Kozue. Honestly, the two of them waiting together? I'm impressed with how much progress they're making on their relationship. Imagine that the literature club isn't very close to Yuri in the timeline, considering that no one is even so much as offering condolences. Well, she didn't tell us. We can't exactly offer condolences. We only know because Mori was close enough to hear the phone call. Yuri just got the phone call. We heard her worried tone, and then she was like, okay guys, I'm sorry, I have to leave early today, bye-bye. And then after she left, Mori was like, hey, I heard the phone call, this is what happened. So, we would probably offer her our condolences directly if, we were supposed to know about it. Which we don't. So there's that. We head down to the lockers and, to my surprise, are greeted by both Yae and Kozue. They're sitting a few meters away from each other on benches, but both stand and approach when we arrive.
Hey, what happened? Are you guys okay?
Did someone really try and shoot up the school?
Yes, they did. They did indeed. We'll talk about this back home.
What's going on?
Unless you want a fist to pound your face inwards, Kawahashi, shut the fuck up.
Natsuki's tone is even, but the threat is clear in her voice. Yae quickly clams her mouth shut.
Right.
Kozue doesn't say anything either, just gathers her belongings along with Yae. I grab the umbrella I came here with and slowly make my way outside. Alright, see you in a bit, Rob. The six of us trudge up the hill towards Meiji's house in silence. None of us even try to hide the fact that we're all traveling together this time. Not that there are many students around to witness us leave today. The rain feels like it's more intense as we head up the hill. I can also feel a wind picking up as well. As we're walking, another small group begins approaching. We move aside to let the group pass. I watch as a small group of older-looking businessmen and women walk past us. They look like they're heading towards the school. Among them, I see Kotonoha speaking on the phone with someone. It's her. It's the one we need to watch out for.
No, Father. We've given them plenty of chances. They need to pay their dues within the next 2 days, or the school becomes ours.
Oh great, they're even taking over the school now. Just make it that much worse, as if she wasn't stuck up enough already.
We're heading there now. I'll see you around, and Mother, I'll see you and Mother at home, and inform you on how it goes.
She hangs up her phone, then gives us a brief glance. Her eyes land on me and she smiles at me, winking as she does so. She quickly turns away and begins speaking to the man beside her. When she and her entourage are out of sight, Natsuki's the first to speak up.
What the hell was that all about? She's acting like some kind of Yakuza daughter.
I mean, there are rumors about that. There you go.
Because she is.
Everyone looks stunned at Yae, whose eyes are closed tightly. Yae, explain. Can you actually confirm that that is the case?
You know, there's rumors going around about her being in the Yakuza. Well, it's true. It's the reason behind her family's wealth. My uncle, he mentioned it a couple of times when he thought I wasn't awake.
She shudders a bit at the memory.
Was this the case last week, too? I don't know. I don't remember my uncle saying anything about it then.
Even if it was, she was a lot nicer not last week. She was still a rich girl last week, but she wasn't like this.
Jesus Christ, it's never going to end, is it?
With that somber thought, the rest of us continue up the hill. Well, we're here. We reach Meiji's house, and all of us, except for Mori, collapse onto the couches. I hear the door to the space classroom opening just then.
Hello, everyone! Give them a moment, Sayori. Oh, okay.
Code, take me to see Sayori, would you? Yeah, one moment. I stand up slowly and trudge towards the other room. Monica gets up and follows me. After passing through and separating, Sayori throws her arms around the exhausted-looking Meiji and buries her face into his chest, crying hard. No, he isn't.
Are you okay?
I go over to the couch and collapse yet again. Monica quickly joins me and buries her face into my shoulder. And then all the other girls do the same. I am now buried under a pile of girls, and I don't know what to do or how to get out. I can no longer breathe. I am slowly suffocating. This is the end. Goodbye. I stare at the ceiling, trying to gather my thoughts once more, as one by one the others trickle in and join us at the couch. The only sounds we can hear now are Sayori's soft sobs and constant worrying over Meiji, who is holding her close. There are worse ways to go. I mean, you do have a very, very valid point, I agree. Oh boy. I finally put a weak arm around Monica's shoulder. She quickly grabs my hand and squeezes it, holding it close to her. My free hand slowly balls into a fist. Because I still have anger issues, and I have to show that I still have anger issues. How the hell do we keep messing everything up like this? God, if you're there, fucking help us. Natsuki apparently shares my thoughts as she hits the side of the couch.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Of each what the hell, she slams her fist harder against the couch until Mori quickly goes to her side and catches her fist.
Just let it all out, okay?
Natsuki turns away.
There's too much to let out, damn it.
She begins hyperventilating.
We keep on screwing up.
What happened today wasn't our fault.
Mori says this in a reassuring tone as she takes Natsuki's hand in hers.
She's right, Natsuki.
Sayori comes over, she looks pretty shaken up as well, but kneels and looks at her friend.
Look at me, Natsuki. Focus on my words.
Natsuki, who is still trying hard to calm down, is still hyperventilating. She looks up at Sayori, a pleading look in her eyes.
Sayori?
We haven't lost yet. It certainly feels like it.
Sayori whirls around to face the club president. Monica, not the time for this. We're trying to bring the mood up, not down, okay? Please talk about how horrible we feel another time.
Monica, how can you say that?
A frustrated Monica looks up from where she's still sitting next to me.
It's hopeless. We tried so hard already, and where does it get us? Nowhere. I'm just so tired of all of this. I don't know how much more I have in me.
I'll be honest, I feel the same way. Sayori turns to me in disbelief, and my heart falls seeing her like this.
Code!
God damn it, it's all up to Sayori again. Why is it always all up to Sayori? Why can no one else brighten the mood? Guys? Meiji, help out your girlfriend. Do it, please, help out your girlfriend. We still have one more day. One more day to save Yuri. Meiji comes up slowly, holding his phone up. I don't know how, but I just got a text from Yuri. Uh-oh. You're not going to like it. Is it her upset? Is it her upset that all these girls went to your house with you? Because as we said, we weren't even trying to hide the fact that we were walking together. But even so, Yuri shouldn't have been able to see us walking together, because she headed out to the hospital. So she couldn't have possibly already been to the hospital and come back to see us all walking together. That's impossible. She shouldn't have noticed. Even if we didn't hide it. I think it's for you. I hold out my hand and snatch the phone away. Opening the phone, I read the text. Is it in English? And that's why it's for me? There it is. She's troubled by that. She only has herself to blame, so she's specific. Able not to go with her. Yes. All she said is, I have to go, personal business, don't ask. She never told us her mom died. She told us she didn't want anyone accompanying her, even though Mori offered. But it's not that. It is worse. Her obsessive nature is now coming through fully. Earlier in the club, she was still mad at us, and now she's like, Meiji, you and I, couple, now. I can see it already. And this is a problem. Again, tomorrow is Friday, which means the day she confesses and stabs herself.
My darling Meiji, I must apologize for my actions earlier today in the club room.
I was upset and hurt. But I have your beautiful poem to cheer me up now. Let me show you what it is that you actually desire, my love. Do I want to know what she's about to show me that we supposedly desire? I don't know if I want to know this. It does not strike me as something I want to know. But I'm gonna go to the next text box now. Against my better judgment. Pressing the button. Hesitantly, I scroll down. Oh God! The picture Yuri has sent me isn't quite a nude, but the look in her eyes is definitely a come hither type. Alright, so we're safe. We're on the safe side still. Well, I say that, but you know what's up. It could be worse, but it's not good either. Oh God, what? Yeah, that. Monica leans in and looks, her face pale. Well, is it the space classroom pen? Is it that by that pen? I know it's the pen she uses to do stuff to herself, but is it also the pen that is our entrance to the space classroom that I was worried might fall into her hands? I was very worried might fall into her hands. If she has this, we are screwed. You want to know why we are screwed? Because Yuri is super mentally unstable right now. And we have not told her about reality yet. If she finds out about the nature of this reality by herself, without anyone supporting her, while in the mental state she's currently in, we are all dead. We are all very dead.
Count that pen.
I look at the pen she's got in her mouth. Quickly, I stand and rush over to where Meiji's pack is. I dig through it fast, spilling papers and books everywhere. No, 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 no! I hit the wall in utter frustration. Her mouth isn't the only place that pen has been, I'm sure. In fact, I'm not just sure, I basically know it's not the only place that pen has been. Oh boy. Monica is still holding the phone in her hands, eyes glued to the screen. Oh.
She sent more.
I don't care. Delete that text now.
Okay.
Delete them all. I want to specify, when I say delete them all, I mean the text messages, not delete people, okay? Delete them all, them being the text messages, okay? Delete all the text messages. Them does not refer to people. Just to be clear. I punch the wall in complete anger, causing a crack to appear in it. Startled, Monica's fingers hover over the phone, and I hear a small electronic beep. Right? Right? The text message, yes. They're all staring at each other now. I'm panting heavily, but the others are just staring at me. Yeah, we're really not doing a good job of controlling our fucking anger issues. Finally, Mori speaks up. Rip you. Well, that sounds like a you problem. Have you ever tried to not hurt yourself? Or not get hurt in general by anything? Nah, it'll be fine. I'm sure.
I'm going to start on dinner for everyone.
Mori quickly heads out. Sayori slowly approaches, hands raised as if to show she's unarmed. Yeah, we are still a bish. What is happening? Oh, Yuri just sent what is happening. You meant the text message we got from Yuri? Yeah, just Yuri being Yuri. Code mix because cool Roblox RPG game of epic music. We'll see when the time comes that I eventually have to update it again. Haha. I turn on her quickly, still breathing heavily.
Go, please calm down. No one will hurt you. We're just wanting to help, okay?
Quickly, my anger vanishes, and all I'm left with is crushing despair and pain in my right hand. I look down and see a few bruises and small cuts on my knuckles. Sayori quickly rushes over, followed closely by a worried-looking Monica. When Monica sees my injuries, her eyes widen.
Stay here.
She runs over to the metal locker in the corner of the room again and begins rummaging through it. Sayori simply looks over my injuries.
You're lucky no skin was seriously broken.
Yeah. Monica returns moments later with some bandages, which she quickly but carefully places over my injuries. As Monica fawns over me, I get a bit frustrated, but take a deep breath before I say anything. Guys, it's just a few cuts. I promise I'll be fine, alright?
At least sit back down, please. You look exhausted still.
I'm not nearly as exhausted as poor Meiji over there. I motion over to where Meiji is now seated in the desk chair, head leaning on his hand with his eyes closed.
I'll get you right to bed now.
Without hesitating, Sayori rushes over and begins helping Meiji to their bedroom. Sayori, I'll be fine.
No, Meiji, doctor's orders. You're going to bed.
Meiji gives up and lets himself be escorted to the bedroom. Monica helps me back to the couch where I take my seat again. As she does so, Mori comes in with the rolling tray. Yeah, are we gonna wake Meiji up again for dinner, or is he gonna skip?
I'm going to cook in the new kitchen.
She indicates the new doorway.
Is everything okay in here? For the most part, yeah. Okay, dinner shouldn't be too long, I hope.
She heads into the other room. Natsuki, who has since calmed down, looks over at me with a worried expression as I sit down. Code, you okay over there? I don't even remember that quote, by the way. Wonder when that was. Yeah, I should be fine. Kozo and Ya are also looking over at me with varying degrees of concern on their faces as well. No one speaks for a while. I'm not even sure what there is to say right now. A sheer sense of helplessness washes over me as we sit there in utter silence. Sayori joins us after a while and takes a seat next to Natsuki. How's Meiji now? Kozo jumps with a strong look of worry in her eyes. Why is she so worried about Meiji? I get that he's sick and all, but... well, whatever, it doesn't matter right now. I turn back to Sayori.
He's getting changed for bed now. I told him I'd get him some food if he's awake when Mori's done.
The room once more falls back into an uneasy and depressed silence. Monica remains protectively by my side, hand intertwined with mine. Above anything else, I want to say something, but I can't think of what. I'm not even sure if I should say anything. The mood in here isn't going to help anyone, but how can I try and act like Sayori when even Sayori isn't saying anything? It slowly begins to dawn on me just how close to death we all were today. We could have easily found ourselves with a bullet right through us. All of us. I involuntarily shudder at the thought. As if sensing my distress, Monica pulls me slowly closer to her, one hand reaching around to cup the back of my head. Sayori, still seated next to Natsuki, looks at the still nervous-looking girl and hugs her comfortingly. Natsuki doesn't object this time, but also doesn't really reciprocate. Kozue and Yae don't look at each other, but instead look away. Kozue still looking a bit angry, while Yae looks more and more downcast. We remain like this until I start smelling something that's not right. My nose wrinkles as the smell reaches me. It smells familiar.
Does anyone else smell that?
If it's a bad smell, either something is going horribly wrong in the kitchen. That's possibility 1. Or possibility 2, is the Yuri poem still here? And making its presence known with its horrible smell that is slowly spreading? Well, what could it be? I guess we're about to find out. Yeah?
Why does that smell familiar?
No, I know that smell.
Ah, yes. Sayori would know the smell of something catching on fire in the kitchen. That confirms it. We must head over there now. No, seriously, what the fuck is going on? Why is that smell there now? Mori? I thought Mori could handle herself, right? She definitely should be able to handle herself in the kitchen. She seems reliable. Then again, I just remembered. Mori is, after all, basically... Smell familiar? Natsuri confirmed. Wouldn't that be something? No, we can't forget. Mori is essentially, if we look at her, she's a fusion of Monika and Sayori. Basically. So Mori, as being part Sayori, I guess it would make sense that she would mess up in the kitchen at least once. Sayori quickly gets to her feet and runs over to the new space classroom kitchen. Natsuki quickly follows. Fearing the worst, I stand and run after the others, everyone else close behind. When we reach the kitchen, we find it enveloped in smoke. As, you know, one does. As one does normally. A distressed-looking Mori is pouring a small pan of water into another pan, which is smoking. God, I burned the water! How did you burn the water? How is that even possible? Water in the fire! How? Why? Water in the fire! Sayori is filling another small bucket with water from the sink. Instinctively, I cough as I enter. As Sayori rushes over and pours more water in, the smoke pouring from the burning pan decreases more. Doesn't have a smoke alarm? Safety hazard? I know. What a big safety hazard. How dare they? How dare they? I mean, it genuinely is, though. I guess they just didn't think of that. But hang on, with the space classroom itself being based off of the regular classrooms in the school, does that mean the school classrooms also don't have a smoke alarm? Huh. Just a thought.
I don't know what went wrong. I just looked away for a second and then you smelled smoke, right? Yeah.
Sayori looks as if she completely understands what Mori is saying.
You got distracted, right? Your thoughts were like a swirling rain cloud.
Oh no! She is a Sayori! We knew it! Mori doesn't say anything, but I can tell she is completely relating to Sayori's words. Natsuki looks around, then heads to the pot and looks inside.
Well, this one's ruined.
I'm so sorry, I don't know. I just wanted to help. It's okay, just sit down and relax for a bit.
Sayori leads Mori over to one of the chairs at the dining room table. Natsuki's muttering softly to herself as she looks over the small batch of ingredients Mori had set aside.
Soba noodles, that's what she was working on.
Yes, coffee, the soba noodles.
What?
I see. Ah, yes. Hitchin we copy didn't have it. So some random restaurant doesn't have a smoke detector. You're right. Do any of our rooms have a smoke detector though? I hope at least the bedrooms do, because I feel like those should be extra secure. Because, you know, when you sleep, you can't exactly react if something is going on.
At least she didn't put the noodles in while the water was boiling.
Natsuki.
I'll finish what she started. Soba noodles are pretty easy to make, especially for a pro.
Just the fact that she's putting on her bravado act makes me feel a bit better.
Can we help?
Nah, I've got that.
Natsuki stumbles then, but catches herself on the countertop.
Yes. Okay, maybe I don't got this. Code?
Gladly. Of course, what needs to be done? Natsuki quickly goes over the steps needed to make the soba noodles.
I'll just fill up the pot and put it on the stove, then I'll go lay down.
So saying, she begins filling another smaller pot with water. Well, go check on Mori, but I'll be right back. The rest of us head out into the dining room. Sayori is sitting next to an anxiously distraught Mori, who has her head in her hands.
It's alright, really.
Sayori is using her best reassuring tone, but it doesn't seem to be doing Mori much good. She did burn the water.
I let the water boil away. How could I be so stupid? Hey, you aren't stupid, alright? We're all feeling sad right now. Don't let it get your thoughts in a twist. It's not your fault. I just wanted to help. Mori, just take some deep breaths, alright?
Monica heads over now and sits next to Mori. Kozu and Yae hang back while I approach behind Monica. I put a hand on Monica's shoulder, she looks back at me, smiles slightly as I pull out a chair for her. Monica sits and starts trying her best to comfort Mori, but it's obvious she isn't too skilled at such a task. Away within 7 minutes! It takes skill. Serious skill. I quietly retreat to the kitchen. By the time I return, Natsuki's already gone, the pot sitting on the stove. I walk back over to the pot, but hear a shuffle behind me. To my surprise, Yae and Kozu have followed me back into the kitchen. What do you want, ladies? Sorry to say, but thanks to Monica, I'm already taken. Something else I can help you with? What I find is Natsuki in the pot. She would be small enough. If she heard me say that, I'd be dead.
Hey, isn't there anything we can help you with? I'm not sure how good I'd be with helping Mori, and as for her...
She shoots a glance at Yae, who just looks away from Kozu's gaze.
Oh, when it comes to cooking, I suck.
That's not the only thing you suck at. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I know. I shouldn't. But come on, she does do a lot of that at school. So, yeah. You can't kill me. I'm already dead inside. You can't kill me in a way that matters. Well, I look around desperately to find something to do. I can already tell Kozu is about to explode at her again, and I don't want them at each other's throats. Maybe one of you can set the table? The other can try and finish clearing that pan if possible. Kozu immediately begins looking for dishes and silverware before heading out of the room with the supplies in hand. Yae walks up to the sink and grabs a cleaning brush. Soon she's busy brushing the burnt pan and, to my eyes, trying her best to clean it. The silence between us is palpable, despite the sound of running water. Finally, Yae stops the water and puts the pan down. What's hopeless, the pan? Your life? Our situation currently?
It's hopeless.
Somehow I get the feeling that she isn't just talking about the cleaning. She stares at it with a despondent look in her eyes. Do it. Yes. Your life or your wallet? My life, please. What? Oh, you know what? Heck, why not both? Yes, when someone threatens to take either your life or your wallet, you just give them both. Just be like, fuck it, I don't want either. I won't need my wallet if if life no. If life no, then what point wallet? She stares at him with a despondent look in her eyes. I'm at a loss, what do I even do here? I'm way too exhausted from all the shit that happened today. But I need to try. Kawahashi? Yeah, I was muttering to herself.
Tried everything. Even told her that her cosplay outfit was amazing. But no, still got yelled at.
Kawahashi?
She won't forgive me.
She wipes at her eyes. Yae? Yae jumps at my use of her first name.
What?
Her gaze seems distant, lost to her own thoughts. I didn't mean to startle you, but you're muttering to yourself.
I am?
Yeah. You didn't hear? She shakes her head.
No, I didn't.
I think about CodeErr. She flinches at my casual mention of her former best friend. Much as it's become a running joke about, yeah, it's not whatever, having boundaries is common side effect, yes. I mean, as I said earlier, I know what she's been through, I shouldn't say it, but yeah. I said it when I made the little joke, but yeah, it is true. That is a common side effect, and it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it a good thing at all. It doesn't make... Why would it make anything right? Now, naturally, all of this is still no excuse for her behavior at school. It explains how her behavior to school came to be. But again, no excuses. No excuses for her actions. Just background information that puts it into a new light. Silently, she nods. I sigh. I see. If I were you, I wouldn't try to push things too hard with her. Not everyone will be as forgiving as Sayori. Or me. A pang of guilt rushes through me again. I might have stared death in the face today, but I at least had control of my own body. Did I really just think that? My body hasn't been in danger this entire fucking time. Did I even have the right to comfort her as someone who hasn't sacrificed anything? Well, maybe my body wasn't in danger, but I assume if Meiji dies while I'm inside him, I would die too. So I very well was in danger. Yeah, my body wasn't in danger. I could have sustained very horrible injuries and come out of it fine, physically. But I risked my mental well-being, and I risked dying. That is not something that you can say is no sacrifice or anything. Well, actually, it wasn't a sacrifice because nothing happened. We risked something happening, but nothing was actually sacrificed. Well, then again, no, that's not true. That's not true. I feel like our mental health is definitely taking a beating. How wouldn't our mental health have taken a beating after being, caught up in a school shooting incident? So we have sacrificed something. Not willingly, but we have. I tear my eyes off Yae and stare at the ground, my fist clenching by my side.
I understand.
I look back at Yae, her face falling dejectedly as she begins to turn back to the sink. Crap, she thinks I'm mad at her. Without thinking, I reach out and grab Yae's hand. Alright, now we're going too far. Listen, she's already suffered so much from sexual assault and fucked basically all the boys in the school. But holding her hand out of nowhere, without consent, without protection, that is going too far. This is where it goes too far. After everything she's been through, now we're gonna force her to commit unprotected hand-holding of us. Without explicit consent. Oh, that is the lowest of the low. Wear gloves at least. I know, right? Look how shocked she is. This is not good. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at myself more than anything. Yeah, I stunned briefly, a blush forming on her face. To my surprise, she doesn't immediately pull her hand away, staring into my eyes for a moment. When she eventually does take her hand back, she looks at me with a perplexed expression.
Why? I've been...
I see tears beginning to form in her eyes, her hard shell cracking at the seams again. Kawahashi, I can't say that you didn't do anything wrong. You hurt a lot of people. You're moving in the right direction, like this morning with the note, but now people are wary of me because of it. It's going to take some time for everyone to see you differently. But don't...
Then I'll just go home. I'm just in everyone's way here no matter what I do.
Yes. Leave! Never show your face again! That is your way to repent. No, honestly. What do you say? I suck at navigating social situations. Can I just say that? I suck at this kind of thing. What do you do in a situation like this? How do you tell them that they're not a... How do you tell someone they're not a burden? When something like this happens? Ah, boy. Well...
I don't deserve your kindness. I'm just a plaything that deserves to be...
Okay, now this is going an entirely wrong way. Don't you dare finish that sentence. God, no. No, 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 no. Yeah, look at me. I reach out and grab her hands again, this time holding them tightly. You just add some entertainment to our lives. Because you're here, we all have something to mutually hate. Ha ha. Oh no. She's trembling hard. Don't you ever say that you deserve to be treated like that. I stare into her eyes, not backing down for a single moment. I might have said that with a bit more anger than I intended, but she needs to understand. Slowly she nods, my fury evidently breaking her out of her downward spiral. Look at that, my anger issues being helpful for once. We really need to get those in check. We really do. Good. I pause for a moment, looking over the girl in front of me. Yeah, that evil bastard warped your view of the world, corrupted your understanding of how things work. I understand now why you did the things you did, but you can be better than him. If what Sayori says is true about how you used to be, then I will do whatever it takes to help you find that person again. You have my word. The person who's constantly ashamed of herself and wants to hide in a corner because of her long neck. When I'm finished, I release Yai's hands.
Alright, I'll take your word for it, Code.
After a moment, Yai regains her composure, but I can't help but ask the question that has been gnawing at the back of my mind this whole time. Something I don't understand is... Why didn't you tell your parents what was going on? Let me guess. Dead parents? So she lives with her uncle? Is that it? A cold shiver runs down my spine at the chilling look on Yai's face. Or they knew. Don't tell me. They knew? Her silence speaks volumes. I clench my hands into fists, and it takes all my remaining self-control not to storm out of the kitchen. What a lovely family you have, Yai. Oh, that is just, you just have the nicest family ever. Wouldn't everyone be happy to have your family? I take a few deep breaths, then look back at the water, which is boiling, just like my mood. I slip the dry noodles in and start to stir. Tell me.
They knew.
And? I speed up my stirring, trying not to explode. Oh. Oh. It's all connected. All the bastards are connected.
My uncle, he's on the lawyer team for the Chiba family's business.
Now there's only one more thing that needs to connect. If he's gonna lawyer Natsuki's dad out of prison, if he's somehow gonna lawyer Natsuki's dad out of prison, somehow, don't know how that would ever be possible, then all of the fucking bastards in this universe are connected to each other. And it would all make perfect sense. By my hand, yes, sure.
He supported, I guess, my family for years. In both timelines, but in exchange...
I get the... How powerful was that fucking throw? Rob, what did you do? How much force did you put on that you broke space and time? Rob was just like, I need to throw, but not just any throw. Zawaldo! How did you just Zawaldo me? How did you do it? Go shattered by my hand. Jesus. How though? I didn't know you were a stand user. Oh my god. I get the fucking picture. Yeah, the fucking picture. Maybe he took some of those while doing it. I know it's a joke in poor taste. Very, very poor taste. Yeah, his uncle is one thing, but her fucking parents condoned? Like some kind of fucking business deal? Yeah, are you an only child? She shakes her head.
No, I have a little sister, Yomi. She's in her last year of middle school now.
Tell me she's fine at least. I feel my heart stop. Is she also... Yeah, immediately shakes her head. Okay, it's good, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The middle school kid is in fact fine. Yeah, immediately shakes her head.
No, just me.
The more I hear about Ya and her situation, the bigger the pit of guilt in my body becomes. And I treated her like a piece of trash. Just like them. I mean, to be fair, she gave us no reason to treat her as anything else other than a piece of trash. I feel sick to my stomach. And let me guess, the reason why she's kind of going along with it is because she's worried if she doesn't go along with it, then they'll threaten to do it to her little sister instead. That's it, right? That's the bargaining chip. Either you let me go through with this, or I'm gonna go to your little sister instead. That is what her uncle is probably putting on over her, if I had to guess. God, that makes it all worse. What kind of... You know what, no. I see. I push aside my nausea along with my anger and try to change the subject. I step aside from the pot. Here, could you stir this for me? Looking at me with a shocked expression, Yai walks over slowly and takes the cooking chopsticks in her hand.
Me, are you sure?
I nod. Just stir for a few minutes. I'm going to look over the recipe book Mori was using.
Okay.
A bit confused by my sudden change of topics, Yai complies and begins stirring the pot. The two of us remain silent for the remainder of the cooking process. I finished the prep work, mixing in the strained and rinsed noodles I take from Yai while she brings the cart over. As I do so, I clear my throat. Yai Kawahashi? She looks at me worriedly. Don't stop trying. You belong here with us. Actions speak louder than words. With that, I leave a slightly stunned Yai behind as I push the cart into the dining room. The table is set now, and Kozu has joined the other three at the table. Mori looks a bit better, but not much. Sayori is still making a valiant effort to cheer her new friend up, as is a more unsure-looking Monica. When I come out, everyone turns as one towards me.
Code, you made it.
I nod.
You didn't have to. I was just about to.
I shake my head. We've all been through hell today. With a capital H. No, scratch that. Hell is a walk in the park compared to this. Which is underlined. We need a quick and filling meal tonight. Nothing fancy. Monica stands and walks over.
Can I help?
Sure, let's dish out some noodles for everyone. Nodding, she begins gathering other plates and brings them over to me.
Hey, can you leave some for Meiji? I'd like to bring him some later before we all go to sleep.
Sure thing. After we're finished dishing out the entire pot to everyone, we all sit. Yai has since joined us and sits next to me on my right, while Monica sits on my left. I briefly glance over at Yai to find that she's looking at me too. Monica, don't get jealous. Monica, don't get jealous. Monica, please, whatever you do, do not get jealous. I know she grabbed my crotch before, but Monica, you don't have to get jealous over Yai. Her eyes seem to plead with me as they flick around the room, asking if it's truly okay to be here. A small smile crosses my lips and I nod in affirmation towards her. At this, her resolve appears to strengthen as she nods and looks back at the others. After a silent itadakimasu from everyone, we begin eating. The entire meal is silent. No one speaks as the noodles are all consumed. My mood is sour, just like everyone else's. It's almost as if there is a silent agreement between the entire table that there's nothing to say. After the day we've had, I doubt anyone has the energy to do any kind of research or experiments with the code. I'm certainly wiped out. Mori and Sayori are the first ones to finish. They both begin gathering up the plates and silverware of the others who have finished first. Mori and Sayori are the first ones to finish. They begin gathering up the plates of the others who have finished first. How many first finishers can there be? How many people could possibly be first? Okay, then. Someone neglected some proofreading, I guess. Okay, then. Wouldn't be the first time I've pointed something out. Ha.
You made dinner for us, Code, so I can wash things up before I head home.
I'm too tired to protest as she continues collecting plates and forks. After a few minutes, the table is clear and I can hear water running in the kitchen sink in the next room. Sayori grabs the one plate set aside for Meiji.
Guys, will you be okay if I take this to Meiji and then go to sleep? Yeah, that's fine. I don't think anyone else is going to be alert enough to do any kind of work tonight.
Natsuki, who's been silent this whole time, finally speaks up.
I'm going to crash.
Natsuki?
Monica, just don't. Don't feel sorry for me, okay? I'll be fine.
Sayori looks worriedly at Natsuki now.
Well, you know,
Natsuki swallows a bit, looking away.
Fine, I'm not okay right now, but I will be alright. I just need to sleep right now.
if that doesn't help, I really think you should stay home tomorrow. No one would blame you.
She shakes her head.
I'll be okay, you guys.
Actually, tomorrow is the day where we need all hands on deck, if I'm being real here. Again. We need all hands on deck on Friday. Otherwise, everything's gonna go to shit. Remember what happens on Friday during Act 2. She stands.
I'll see y'all tomorrow morning.
And with that, Natsuki heads out of the room. We all look at each other, then Kozuo stands.
I should probably head home too.
Crap, I completely forgot that you said you needed to head home early today. We ended up dragging you along again.
It's fine, really. I couldn't just leave after hearing Natsuki's reaction by the lockers. I'll just stay with my parents when I get home.
Fair enough.
See you later, Kozu-chan.
Kozuo nods softly, then heads out. Yai is next.
Oh, it's okay if I take another bath.
I suppose it is. Without saying anything else, she stands and slowly walks out. Sayori grabs the extra plate of soba noodles.
You two should head to bed soon too, you know. We will.
When we see Mori out, it would be rude to fall asleep while she's still working.
Of course. Well, good night.
She walks out. Monica and I look at each other, then towards the kitchen where we hear water running. As if in agreement, we both make our way into the kitchen. Mori is standing in front of the kitchen sink, a plate in one hand, a sponge in the other. She's staring out into space. In the room that doesn't have windows to stare out into space. That would be the main room of the space classroom. That one has windows where you can stare out into space. As Monica and I approach, I reach over and place a hand on Mori's shoulder. Mori? Startled, she jumps and the plate falls into the sink.
Huh? Oh, my bad. Maybe it's better if you head home now.
She's right, you obviously have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, maybe, but I want to be able to do something to help. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong here, you know.
Obviously frustrated, Mori grabs her head. More figuratively, yes, but it's ironic that she's doing it, you know. We are in the space classroom after all. So staring out into space while being in part of the space classroom, it just... You get where I'm coming from, right? But yeah. Just think it's funny that she's doing it in this room. Oh well.
It's like there are two people inside me clamoring to be heard.
I wonder why it's two people inside you. It's almost like you're a mix of Monica and Sayori. In your name, in your character, in your design. It is almost like all aspects of you are a mix of two different characters that we know. Oh well. Monica and I exchange a worried glance. This can't be good. She's starting to crumble too.
I don't know, I just...
Why don't you head on home for now? I think Sayori's right. We all need some sleep. Hopefully that will calm everyone a bit so we can think more clearly.
I'm almost done here.
Mori, I don't think...
Code.
Monica interrupts me suddenly, then pulls me aside. What's up? Monica lowers her voice. Wow, Monica, something that is like you, coming from Mori. I never could have seen or expected that, ever.
Don't push her too hard. I recognize that stubbornness in her. It's like my own. She's somewhat like me in that regard.
Yeah, somewhat like you. I wonder why. Okay, I understand, but what do we do then?
Well,
Monica considers what could be done, as do I.
We can try and help at least. That way she can get home faster.
Good idea. We both approach Mori again.
Mori? Can we help? Yes, thank you.
Mori begins cleaning again, but this time Monica takes the dishes and dries them. I'm left with the easiest job of putting the plates away. Man, I must be about to pass out. It was so much harder to try and confront Mori just now than with Yai earlier. After a few minutes pass in silence, we're all done.
Mori, thank you for what you've been doing today. We all appreciate the effort you've been putting forth. But it's time to go home. We all need clearer heads. Right. I'm sorry I couldn't be any more useful today.
It's okay, you were a big help today. I don't think I could have gotten through my episode today without you there.
Do you want me to walk you home tonight? No, I'll be fine. I'm not really that far away. I'm not that far away, remember? Right. Are you sure it's really no trouble?
Mori finally gives Monica a small smile.
I'm sure I'll be alright. I'll come by tomorrow morning. Is that okay? Of course. When will you get there? When will you get here? Probably early. 7 in the morning sound okay? Alright, I'll set an alarm for then. Have a safe trip home, okay? I will, thank you.
Should we be worried about these characters? They're not part of the main game of DDLC. We don't know if something horrible will happen to them too. Let's not forget, this person here is part Sayori, essentially, in terms of her character. We just made that perfectly clear this stream, that she also has her little rain cloud, so to say. Are we sure we shouldn't be worried about her as well? With everything slowly going to shit. I don't know. She heads towards the door, Monica following her close behind. When they leave the room together, I head to the bedroom. I trudge the bed and just collapse into it, burying my face into the pillow. While I'm alone, I allow myself one long scream into the pillow. God, today's been a nightmare. I hit the mattress a few times before I force myself to relax and turn over facing the ceiling. I try and take a few deep breaths to calm myself, and slowly it begins to work. After a while, the door opens and Monica comes in.
Hey.
Hey. She sits on the edge of the bed, I sit up and move next to her. Immediately, she leans her head on my shoulder.
I'm just...
I know. Me too. The two of us sit there for a while not saying anything. I mean, what is there to say? This day was the worst day of our lives. I don't even know where to begin here, if there's even a place to begin. After a while, Monica suddenly speaks up. That was a very random subject. I guess, is she just trying to keep our minds off of things, or is she trying to attempt to slowly steer the subject back to what we interrupted not last time, but recently. Yeah. Like, recently we tried doing a thing and then we said no, not the time. Is she slowly trying to steer the topic towards that direction again by bringing up something as out of nowhere as like, hey, having children, what about that? And being like, yeah, I mean, eventually, and then, but I don't know. I don't know what she's trying to do. I hope she's just trying to get our mind off of things. I hope that's what she's doing here.
Code, do you ever think about having children?
I look down at Monica in complete confusion. Monica, where'd that come from?
Could you answer, please?
I look at the wall in front of me and try to gather my thoughts. I've never really thought about it, except for when Sayori asked a few days ago. I'm still technically only 20, and I was in college before I came here. I suppose if I feel like I'm ready, I wouldn't mind having a child or two. Small family. You know, there are perks to being an only child that I'm sure the child would appreciate. And oh my god, just Monica. Indeed, just Monica. Just Monica. Thank you for the follow, Monica. I've lost track of how many Monicas I've encountered. There's just so many. When you play DDLC, it's only a matter of time until just Monica shows up in chat. It is very unavoidable. There's a good number, so they can keep each other entertained. Yeah. 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 At a certain point, they just would probably get to... There would certainly be too much to handle at a certain point, if the number just keeps going up. And, you know, again, the whole only child thing, it has its positives and its negatives, I'm sure. It's kind of concerning timing for Monica to be bringing this up, I know. I really hope she's just trying to get our mind off of things. Oh man! Man, she really wants our relationship to move along as quickly as possible. Seriously, like Monica, wait until we're through this situation. Damn. It Monica. Why do you ask? Monica?
I know it sounds like a strange question, but could we really bring a child into a world as messed up as the one we're in now?
Oh. Well, if we can make it through this, then the world won't be nearly as messed up anymore. We just have to survive the game. The Rush relationship is kind of a red flag. What was that about Monica? They're not red flags, silly. They're fun facts about me. Yay! Oh. Monica doesn't have any red flags whatsoever. Realization begins to dawn on me, and now I know why she was asking this. Child between us, you mean? Monica silently nods.
And I'm going to sound cheesy here, but part of me has always wanted to be a mother. A better mother than my own. But with everything going on now, I'm starting to wonder if that's such a good idea. Especially if we're stuck here in this version of the world.
I put an arm around her and she immediately grabs my hand with hers.
Tell me I'm wrong, but you can't because you know I'm right.
I take another deep breath. Well, let's face it. This version of the world will just implode in on itself after on the day of the festival. That's always how it works. All we have to do is make it to Act 4. If we can make it to Act 4, then we will have our happy ending from which we can move forward. About children, but the fat Monica sternly told him to answer the question. Yeah. Faced a school shooting to say nothing of everything else going on. That's just Monica. That's just how just Monica rolls, I guess. Like, come on, she shouldn't... You're right, though. She shouldn't be so desperate to rush things along. She should just be happy that we are currently in the same world, and that I'm already that I already have stated I'm committed to a relationship with her. That is probably more than she ever could have wished for, so she really should stop rushing things along beyond this. She already got so far, further than she could have ever hoped to have gotten. Take another deep breath. I think we're too young to still be talking, to be talking about children. You're only 2 years younger than I am. I wish I had a concrete answer for you, I really do.
It's okay.
May I ask what brought this on?
I don't know. I think it might have something to do with the shooting today. And when he pointed the gun at you.
Ah, that. I see. She clings onto my hand harder.
I've never felt so helpless in my life. I thought I was going to lose you. That someone was going to take you away from me. And I was afraid of losing every part of you.
and our kids would still be a part of me. She nods. Wow, so you're saying that you could have replaced me with a kid if we had one. Well, ain't that weird?
I know it's a strange thing to think about when you...
She trails off for a moment.
when you're getting shot at, but at the time...
I squeeze her hand. You're not going to lose me, Monica. I'm not going anywhere. But kids are a discussion for another time, don't you think?
Yeah.
But I see your point. I promise, though, that you will never lose me. My life or otherwise. I will only ever have my eyes and heart set on you. I feel Monica tremble a bit as she kisses my cheek.
Thank you. Just forget about my strange questions.
It's okay. She gives my hand one more squeeze before she stands and grabs her clothes.
Are you going to take a shower tonight or no?
I shake my head slowly. I'm too tired tonight. Monica smiles a bit and blushes.
Well, I'll go take one then. I'll be back soon. Go ahead and try and sleep if you can.
Will do. Monica leaves the room, leaving me once more with my thoughts. I turn off one of the lights and crawl into bed, closing my eyes. All I can hear now is the rumble of the space classroom all around me. I try and relax, but it's hard to do. But it's hard to with all the day's events running through my mind. I focus on my breathing for a while, then remember something I read about getting to sleep better. I begin tensing up all my toes for 10 seconds, then relax, then my legs. I repeat this process until I'm tensing up my entire body and relaxing. I'm not sure when, but repeating this process eventually helps me pass out. Friday. It's the day of the stabbing. I still can't believe what I'm seeing. They're gone. All gone. I stand above their final resting place, unable to say anything else. Great, another nightmare, just what we needed. Meiji is standing next to me, unable to speak. Not that I can blame him. They're all gone. The last words are still burned into my mind. I was there at their side when the disease took them. I can hear them plainly.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it any further, Code, but I'll always love you. Meiji, please live. Don't be sad for me, please. I want to be a rain cloud for you.
I never stood a chance. If you did, I'm sorry. Still, we could have been happy. Please don't give up. I'm going to see my mother.
I'm just pissed I'm going right when I made some new trustworthy friends. I'm glad though. Glad I became friends with you.
The other girls aren't here, but are just as devastated. Kotonoha did her best to provide the best doctors, but even they failed. Koze, she was beside herself and shot herself in her house. Mori pretty much did the same. She had to be put on suicide watch. Yeah, I haven't heard from her. I turn to Meiji, trying to find the words. I don't manage much. I'm sorry. Meiji whirls on me, his expression bitter. Sorry doesn't bring them back. He glares at me for a few moments before continuing. You're so selfish. What? You're such a selfish prick. Oh, we're gonna make sure nothing happens to the girls. Everything will be fine. Ha, so much for that. Look at them. He gestures violently to the ground. I recoil from the sudden venom in his voice. Meiji, no one could have predicted this. I didn't mean... Oh, shut up. Don't pretend you care about any of this. You get control over my body and wreck it constantly. You promised me you'd take care of it. You promised me. You can't even keep your promises. I should have known you don't belong here. What the hell is going on? Meiji, we've already talked about this. I've apologized over and over again. I thought we moved on. I'm doing my best here. I tried helping you reconnect with Sayori. Then tell me this. Why did this happen? You know, the worst part is when nightmares integrate facts. Well, that's different. It is. She's wearing her school uniform in this. I can make a bunch of assumptions, but I assume the reason she's wearing her school uniform is because she was getting ready. She got out of bed, she got dressed, she was ready to head out, but just as she was about to happily go on her way to school to the festival, the script was like, nah, hang on, I'm taking control here. You need to hang yourself right now. I don't care that you're about to leave and actually try to look after yourself. You hanging yourself is a scripted event that needs to happen. And that is why, I assume, why she is dressed in her school uniform in this. Because we know Sayori told us from her point of view that all of a sudden she felt like she was just in a trance. She felt like all the world around her just dissolved and it was just her and the news, and she didn't even have any thoughts. She just did it without anything. So yeah, I assume she actually was just ready to go to school that day until this happened. Getting ready for school when she was on the base game. School uniform shirt. Could also be. In this case, I guess she got a bit further. I guess she got a little bit further along in this. World of Dreams is just you trying to stop the Toki's canon events. It is! It's a canon event. It's a canon event, bro. You can't stop it. But I tried. Refer to that as the pajamas. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was confirmed either way. Everyone can interpret it as they wish, I think. I choke as I stare at Sayori's lifeless body. You said we'd keep this from happening. Then why is she dead? I try to speak, but there's a tight constriction around my throat. I can't get anything out. This doesn't make sense. We saved her. We saved her. She's in the space classroom. I try to breathe, but it's hard to. Pfft, can't even say anything, you worthless bastard. I bet if it was Monica in danger, you'd lose your shit, wouldn't you? That's not fair. The way you look at her and talk to her. Not to mention all the times you two kiss in my body. I'm surprised you two haven't had sex already. Why is he bringing this up now? Monica's dead already. Then you say, oh, we gotta find a way to split us up, Meiji, but I guess we're throwing that out the window too. You two focusing on being lovers and all. I try and swallow so that I can speak. Meiji keeps on going. You're gonna claim I don't know if I love her, aren't you? But bullshit. I finally am able to speak. I did love her. I lost someone too. Don't you fucking turn this around on me. You took everything away from me. You know what? Whatever. I'm done talking to you. Meiji walks away from me, heading towards the darkness. My own anger begins to dissipate. Meiji, wait! Please come back! Suddenly a sharp pain pierces my head. I clutch my head and grunt as hot searing pain shoots through me. Oh, fuck! Ah! What the hell? I look towards where Meiji was before. He isn't alone now. Two figures are clutching his now lifeless body. Both of them look distraught. I rush over towards them, my body feeling heavy and my legs feeling like they're being dragged through quicksand. Monica and Meiji's body while Meiji is again with Sayori. It is kind of messed up. We did it only a few times. We tried to keep that kind of stuff to the space classroom, but we did do it like 2 or 3 times, which is, yeah. It's a bit messed up, you're right. It's Meiji's parents.
Sweetie, please wake up.
Minaka holds her son close to her chest, rocking him back and forth.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mommy's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
My throat constricts again. Meiji, it's your parents. We're here. Please wake up.
Is that... If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Meiji, please don't go.
For a brief moment, Meiji does move, but my brief relief turns to horror when his hand moves to point towards me before going limp. Minako screams in horror. Tatsuo closes his eyes in abject grief. No. Not him too. As if on cue, the two turn towards me in a terrifying mechanical precision.
You did this, didn't you?
Her grief is slowly turning to anger. What? No! No, I didn't! I swear, you have to believe! You killed him. You killed our son. Tatsuo's tone is cold. I try and back away as they approach me. No, no, please! Sudden pain pierces my head again. I scream and clutch my head in pain. Damn it, it hurts! All I can hear now is sudden static and ringing in my ears. Don't do this, I was just... That was the line. As the pain and noise recedes, I begin to slowly open my eyes. Ow! What the fuck? Someone new is in front of me. Sayori? Thank God, I thought you were dead!
Why did you save me?
What? Sayori, why are you asking? I did it because I... A tightness envelops my neck again, only this time something is there. I reach up and grab my throat, finding a thick rope tightening around me.
Don't say it, don't lie to me, you didn't care. You were just keeping your own conscience clear, weren't you? We're all just characters on a screen to you, right? I told you, I didn't want anyone to worry, but you keep on prolonging my suffering. You don't listen.
I tried to speak to deny her claims, but the noose around my neck is pulling me back.
You should have just let it happen, Code.
Well, this sure is a nightmare and a half. What the fuck?
If you just let me die, the pain goes away. Wouldn't that be nice?
Searing pain again. It's getting unbearable now. I can't even scream as the noose tightens around me. I tear at the noose, skin opening as I do so, my fingers growing bruised and bloody.
Why couldn't you save me?
I open my eyes. Natsuki?
Is it because you like Monika more, or Sayori, or even Yuri? Is there something wrong with me? Why did you leave me to die here?
No, I have to save her too. I fight against the noose, but it continues tightening.
All I wanted you to do was notice me, Cohen. I just wanted to share some interests of mine with someone I thought I could call friend. All I wanted was for you to play with me. Why couldn't you play with me? Daddy never plays with me, he hurts me.
Natsuki, I have to save her.
No, don't let Monika delete me again. Ko, why aren't you saving me?
No! I can't scream this time. Not even a hoarse whisper. Notice me? I just did. Oh boy. Pain. I can't even begin to describe. Pain I can't even begin to describe overwhelms me once more. Make it stop! Make it stop!
It's useless to resist.
I open my eyes and see Yuri below me now. The noose has lifted me a bit off the ground.
It's your fate. You can't alter the inevitable after all. You don't belong here. So instead of spending your time with that bitch Monika, spend some time with me. I'm 10 times sexier than that cunt.
Wow, she said the C word.
And I've got the boobs and ass to prove it.
She would totally say that, yes. Yuri would totally say that. That is such a Yuri sentence. Our mind is very great. This nightmare is comprehending their characters oh so perfectly. The noose loosens a bit and I manage a few words. No, I can save.
Oh, save it. Stop acting like you can save us from our demons.
Her wounds. No, I struggle against the noose once more.
You should just let it happen, Code. Give in. The pain will end if you just give in.
Are they right? Am I just fighting an uphill battle? Will I never get the boulder on top of the hill before it slips away? One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
Oh, don't look so sad, my darling love, while the world crumbles around us.
What? That knife?
Let's bathe in our blood together.
Searing pain in my abdomen now. I instinctively scream, but nothing comes out. I close my eyes in anguish. I think about home suddenly. I want to be back home. I feel my body fall to the ground, hitting it at high speed. The noose loosens, but the pain in my abdomen only increases. Cold. So cold.
Code.
I slowly open my eyes. Monica. It's Monica. She looks over me with a worried expression. The pain is rapidly decreasing. She holds me close in her arms. She's waking us up right now. We're currently waking up. Monica noticed us tossing and turning and stuff, probably. Wake us up faster while you're at it, please.
Code, my love.
I'm so sorry. I can't fix this. I can... Suddenly her face contorts in horror.
Code, what are you doing? Why do you have that up?
Looking up to where she's pointing, I see, to my horror, it's the command prompt.
Please don't hurt me again, Code.
What? I'm not doing this! I swear I would never hurt you! I reach towards her, but she backs away.
Then why are you entering that?
I look at the screen. You know, this is actually dangerous. You wanna know why? I know we're having a nightmare right now. I know we are having a nightmare. I know this is a nightmare. However, last time we opened the console, we were not in full control of ourselves. Remember that? Last time we opened the console, we were in a blind rage with no concept of what we were really doing. What if we're actually doing this while sleeping? What if this is not just part? You know, like how you can't trust a toilet in a dream? If you see a toilet in a dream and you use it, you wake up the next day and oops, I peed my pants. Oh no. What if operating the console works like peeing? Weird analogy, but you get where I'm coming from, right? You get where I'm coming from, correct? What if, while this is happening in our dream, we are actually doing this in real life? Or in the world of, you know, in the actual world. I know it's a poor analogy, but you know where you know what I mean, right? Everyone knows exactly what I mean by saying that. Okay? Okay. I look at the screen. What? I didn't put that there, I swear. I sure hope this part as well is confined to just the nightmare. Frantically, I look around and find a keyboard lying on the ground. Grabbing it, I smash the backspace key over and over again. There, see, I didn't... We pressed enter instead, didn't we? Yeah.
Code, you didn't hit backspace.
Looking back at the prompt, my body goes cold. No, I didn't hit enter. I know I didn't. Looking down at the keyboard, I see my hand hovering over the enter key. No, I hit backspace. I know I...
Code, why?
Clear, yes. Wouldn't have considered that comparison. Yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. Her eyes flash at me with a look of betrayal. No, Monica, don't leave!
It's okay, Code. I knew I'd do something wrong eventually.
She sighs with hopeless resignation as she looks away.
I still love you, and if I don't know how to love you,
Don't say it! No!
I'll leave you be.
She said the thing. She said the line. No. I smashed the keyboard against the ground furiously, tears streaming down my face. Fuck, no! I scream in anguish and hit my head over and over again. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Let me out. Wake me up, somebody. I scream again and again. My screaming eventually gives way to wails of sorrow. I did this. This is my fault. That's right, you did this. I look around. Who said that? You can't save them. You just can't understand. This is your fault. You can't save them. Useless. Failure. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. No. I collapse and curl up. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. No, it's not. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Failure. Why it smell like failure in here? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Get out of my fucking head! Get out! Your fault, your fault, your fault. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head! The voice stops suddenly. I'm trembling now. I didn't... So what's next, CodeErr? I look up through tear-filled eyes. It is kind of dragging on, yes. What? Let's see if there's a worthwhile conclusion to this, or if it's just gonna end with, oh, with Monica being, finally you're awake, I've been trying to wake you up, it seemed like you were having a nightmare. Please tell me there's some kind of good resolve to this. Maybe we're gonna get finally get the resolution we need to solve everything this day. There has to be some purpose if it drags on this long. I mean, at this point, we watched everyone die. We've seen everyone die, how could they drag it on from here? In fact, we've seen most people die twice, actually. Because we saw all of them dying from some kind of disease, and then we saw them all, and then after Meiji got mad at us and died, we saw all the other club members die again. So that part I feel like definitely is dragging on a bit. You didn't have to make us watch them die twice. I feel like that is a bit much. I get that you want to show everyone, but you don't have to do it like that. What? What is that? No, I don't want to die. Pain. Enjoy the void, the eternal night. No! Code. 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 Ah! The pain immediately is gone, and I shoot up to a sitting position, cold sweat running down my back. I look around frantically, hyperventilating heavily. What? What happened? Where am I? Hey, you're finally awake. Well, at least Monica's fine. Well, I guess we have some very powerful dreams in this world of dreams.
Code, calm down, you're having a nightmare.
I look at the source of the voice. She's alive? I didn't delete her. A very frightened Monica reaches out to me with a tender hand. I jolt back, causing Monica to flinch.
Code?
Swallowing hard, I try to calm my breathing. I reach out to her with both trembling hands. Monica doesn't move, allowing me to touch her cheeks. Warm. Wet from tears. Oh my God. She's alive. Thank God, she's alive. I release a breath I wasn't aware I was holding. Flinched out of what?
Code?
I pull her closer and bury my neck into her collarbone. I wrap my arms around her tightly, tears flowing once more, but this time tears of relief. She's alive! She's alive! No, I'm letting go of her again. I'm so sorry, I wouldn't delete you, I'm sorry.
Oh, what happened? Co, what's going on?
Dude, you okay? I briefly open my eyes. I see Meiji and Sayori standing in the room with Natsuki a few steps away, also looking concerned. In the doorway, I see a nervous Yae. Did I wake everyone up? Yeah, awkward indeed. Why are you all here? I close my eyes and focus on holding Monika closer.
Monika, I could hear his screaming from Meiji's sister's room. What happened?
Damn, I was loud. I need the pats, though.
I don't know. I think his nightmare really messed him up.
Damn. Must have been really bad if he's acting like this. I don't want to let go of Monika. Who knows what'll happen if I do?
Come on, you guys.
I flinch and tense up a bit as I feel another hand on my back, then two more. From the door I hear someone entering, but no fifth hand. It's over. The nightmare's over. As I start to relax, the hands on my back begin moving up and down. Monika's more so than the others. Is the nightmare over, though? I mean, I would sure hope so, because again, I feel like the nightmare dragged on long enough, as you said. Now, honestly, though, let's face it, what we have to go through today will be yet another nightmare. Because remember, it is now Friday. It is the day Yuri stabs herself. So the nightmare is not really over, is it? I remember this song. Ah. Nice, calm music. Also, hi Spooky, by the way. Hope you're well. Slowly, carefully, I begin to relax my grip on the still concerned-looking Monika.
Take it easy, Code.
I know this is Yuri's thing, but I'll try and make some tea. Maybe I'll help you calm down a bit.
Yeah, if anyone knows Yuri things, it would be you, Natsuki. My song, your note, yeah. But that is actually a fun fact that it's based like on yeah, you're right, the order is right too. Monika, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki, yeah. You know what? Can't believe I didn't realize the fact that the order was so perfectly matched up and everything. Natsuki, with her own look of concern, pushes past Yae and heads out of the room. I shiver in Monika's arms. So cold. During one of his dreams. That's fun! Monika grabs one of the blankets from the bed and wraps it around me, remaining close to me. Sayori sits opposite me, with Meiji beside her. Yae leans against the desk opposite to the bed, her own brow furrowed.
Take your time, love. Just relax.
I'm shivering less now, the blanket and Monika's presence beside me warming me up.
Well, I hope banish those mean nightmares.
Sayori's more simplistic language choice causes a small smile to appear on my face. Monika leans forward and kisses my cheek comfortingly.
She's right, we're here, okay?
God damn it, I love this woman! My shivering continues to slow until it's completely stopped. petting a monka will have slightly better effects than petting a cat. I mean, we basically did call her a cat before, didn't we? At some point in Act 1. For better effects, equip cat ears! Yes! Shooting continues to slow until it's completely stopped. Monica slowly enters the blanket with me now, wrapping it around both of us. She puts a hand on my thigh and squeezes it, softly but firmly. She also leans her head against my shoulder. Saya reaches over and rubs my back again. We remain like this until Natsuki returns with Meiji's tea kettle and enough cups for everyone. She pours the first cup and hands it to me.
I'm not expert with tea, I just boiled some water and put a tea bag in it.
It's okay. Natsuki hands me the cup and I hold it in my hands. I'm still trembling a little, judging by the ripples in my teacup. Blowing softly, I take a sip and allow the hot liquid to flow down my throat. While not as good as Yuri's, the kind gesture from Natsuki more than makes up for it. I mean, I see what you mean. Yes, there is some very slight cat ear semblance. Natsuki pours some for everyone else, each sipping at their own pace. It takes me a few more minutes, but I eventually finish the tea.
Can you tell us what happened? You were screaming incoherently while I was trying to wake you.
I think back to the dream and an involuntary shudder runs down my body. Monika's grip on me tightens.
It's okay, we're here. Whatever was hurting you can't get you here.
I'm not so sure.
Go, please tell us.
No pressure though, right, Sayori?
Well, yes, but aren't we friends? We're here to help.
Hey, you're not going to use your stand again, Rob. I'll make sure of that.
Spit it out, man. We won't laugh or anything if that's what you're afraid of.
No, it's not that. Give me a bit. After taking a few moments to make sense of the disjointed images from my dream, I begin relaying what I'd experienced. As I go through the dream, the room goes more and more silent as the others listen intently. As I finish, there's not a sound or movement among the others for a while. I wait for someone to say something. Anything. Terror grips me again. Did the world around me freeze? I frantically wave my hand in front of Monika's face. She blinks, thank God. Surprisingly, it's Yae who breaks the silence. And what a way to break the silence. Fuck.
No kidding.
Oh, God.
Monika holds me close in a tight embrace.
It's only a nightmare. Repeat that to yourself. That's what I do when I had a nightmare.
Meiji puts an arm around his girlfriend. I begin mouthing the words to myself. To my relief, the mantra does help. I'm feeling better. I look at the clock at the end of the table next to the bed. Oh, it's only 2 past midnight? And I woke everyone up. Jesus. Seriously. 2 a.m. Hey, look at that! Our stream is 1 hour early. Our stream is still 1 hour early. Everyone, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
Don't worry about it. I'm used to not getting much sleep.
Besides, we want you to be okay. That takes precedent.
Everyone is here, and it helps a lot. Wait 1 hour right now. Even Ya's presence is soothing right now. Thank you, everyone. This means a lot to me.
Anytime, love, anytime.
We're all in this together, man. And then Zawado. Basically, I caused the incident. You caused many incidents. This isn't Smash Bros. Yeah. Yeah, oh god. Leon, you're gonna offend so many people by saying that the school bully who fucks basically every boy in the school is better than Yuri. She's better than my nightmare version of Yuri, I'll say that much. We're all in this together, man. Thanks. Listen, I'm feeling better now. why don't we try and get some sleep, yeah? We have school in a few hours. Her now. She is doing a lot better, it's true. Not perfect, mind you, but she is trying her best to improve. Still doesn't excuse what she put everyone through. I remember Act 1, I was perfectly willing to throw hands. Bitch to no longer fucking bitch. Yeah, she was definitely a fucking bitch. She definitely was the fucking kind of bitch. She did it a lot. Yeah, to be fair though, Yuri couldn't be here for me because she doesn't know. And this is when Yuri walks in because she just discovered how the pen works. She just now discovered how the key to the space classroom works. Walks in and is like, what are you talking about? I totally am here. Yuri has skill issues. Yeah? I'm still worried about her discovering the space classroom on her own.
School, going after what you just experienced, are you sure you still want to go?
I have to. I have to make sure things don't go south. Today of all days. Besides, it's just a silly nightmare.
Right. Are you sure you're alright to sleep? We can stay, you know.
You heard him say Yuri? He's looking better now.
I'll be alright. I promise. Even Yai looks at me worriedly one last time as the others slowly file out. I feel like shit for making everyone worry, especially since I'm the one that's supposed to be helping them. I feel so pathetic. Sayre is the last one to leave, but before she does so, she turns to me.
Give us a call if you need anything, I mean it.
I will, thank you.
And good night.
She closes the door behind her, leaving me and Monica alone. Style character, I dislike both a lot, but they somehow made me not dislike them anymore. Fine. Yeah, I remember that moment. Also, by the way, I'm fine is among the top 10 things you say when you are in fact not fine. To say seem unapproachable. No one can like her type of. I feel like you didn't quite finish that. really didn't like the style character before and would have never pulled for her, but now I actually kind of want. I mean, that is something. I mean, they have to make characters somewhat likable if they want people to pull them, after all. Or just imagine, they make like the most horrible, most unlikable character ever, but make them the most valuable character from a gameplay perspective. So it's like, god damn it, I really hate this character, but having this character would make my life so much easier in the game. When Monica moves to turn off the light, I grab her hand. Not yet. Sorry.
Why, something wrong?
I look away. You'd laugh.
I promise I won't.
I sigh. After a nightmare, I can't sleep in the dark. Not unless I cover my head. Monica's reassuring smile warms my heart as she moves back to my side.
Okay, love, I'll leave it on.
She wraps her arms around me and, to my surprise, holds my head against her chest. Now that's a pillow that we can make use of. Okay then. Type of person, yes. So typical. Two pillows, in fact, you are right. There's two, actually. She strokes my hair.
Just relax, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, I won't leave you.
I don't understand how her empathy stat could be going down. That's what I don't understand either. Thanks, Spinner, for the headpads, by the way. I needed those. Like, how are we saying her empathy stat is going down when she's doing like this, was genuinely crying over Yuri's mom dying? All of these factors combined, and you're telling me her empathy stat is going down. I don't know about that one, Chief. Unless she's a very, very convincing actress. Maybe she is just a very convincing actress. Could me being here be preventing it from falling farther? I take a deep breath. A warm embrace helps my mind calm down as I close my eyes. After about 10 minutes, I look up at her. These actions are actually completely self-serving. Yup. She's just trying to get closer to me by any means necessary. If that means having to pretend to care about Yuri's mom, she'll do it. In fact, hang on. Thinking back to earlier today, when she was crying over Yuri's mom being dead, didn't we reach out to hug her? And like hold her close tightly and all that? I mean, perhaps it is very self-serving in that case. If I cry over this person, then he will comfort me. I am so sad that Yuri's mom is dead. Hug. The script wants you to... Because with you here, the script can't fully control everything. It is true that we're not supposed to be here, technically. We're not supposed to be part of this world. In fact, we've heard that a few times. Like in our nightmare, I believe one of the lines was that we're not supposed to be here in the first place. And there were more instances where actually that line came up. It is true, we are technically not supposed to exist in this world. After about 10 minutes, I look up at her. You can turn the lights off now, I'm feeling better. Without saying a word, she reaches over and turns the lights off. I close my eyes again, and Monica holds me close to her chest, hands running through my hair. She begins humming a song to me. Is she humming Your Reality? Oh, never mind, I haven't ever heard that melody before, but it's relaxing. While she's continuing the hum, I feel her grip on me slightly tighten. This girl's a lot stronger than she looks. And I don't just mean physically. I start drifting off. I feel warmth and a rather relaxed heartbeat. I then realize that Monica's never let go of me all night, her hand resting atop my head. This sensation is lovely. I enjoy this. It is so kind of her that I was able to use these lovely pillows the entire night. How very, very kind. Thank you, Monica. I don't know how I can return the favor, but if I figure out a way, I will do so. This sensation is in fact very, very lovely. She's breathing softly, mouth slightly open in the cutest way. I untangle myself from her grasp and stand. The clock next to me says 6:16 a.m. Oh, the right hormones! How can we return the favor? You remember that one thing we wanted to do, but then you kind of interrupted, saying it wasn't the right time? What a way that would be to return the favor and actually going through with it now. Imagine. The clock next to me says 6:16 a.m. Quietly, I search for pen and paper, leaving Monica a little note just in case she wakes up while I'm not around. But just saying. I mean... Fair. Leaving the note on the bed where I just was, I had to take a shower. When I leave the bathroom after a nice long shower, Monica is already awake and waiting for me.
Morning, loves.
Morning to you too.
How are you feeling?
Much better than last night, that's for sure. You?
I'm doing fine today.
Good. Oh god, is she blushing? I want to thank you for what you did last night. It really helped.
I've read that guys like it when their girlfriends do that, so I decided to try.
Oh boy. Well then. I mean, most people would, I feel like. I feel like most people would. I chuckle a bit. Well, it's definitely helped. I feel better. The door to Sayori's and Meiji's room opens just then, and a sleepy Sayori comes out, rubbing her eyes.
What'd I miss? Code, are you feeling alright now?
I nod as Meiji too comes out, looking about the same as he had the day before.
Oh good, I was so worried, you know?
She really was. She was talking 1 kilometer a minute for a while until I told her to calm down. I shake my head and pet Sayori's head playfully. I'll be fine, I promise.
I'm holding you to that, you know?
Just then, we hear a knock on the Chizu's door. Oh, could that be Mori? She's early. It's gonna be Yuri. It's gonna be Yuri. It's totally gonna be Yuri. Guys, it's gonna be Yuri. Yuri's here. Yuri's gonna request to walk to school with us. And you know what's gonna happen? Here's what's gonna happen. Someone other than me is gonna go to the door, right? Because if I wanted to go to the door, that would mean that both Meiji and I have to merge and then go to the door, and that's just inconvenient. Because we're assuming it's Mori anyway, we'll send someone who doesn't have to merge in order to go to the door. And then they will open the door, and Yuri will be standing there, wondering what this other person is doing at Meiji's house. All the other people who are here are girls. Either Monica, Natsuki, or Yae. And my god, if Yae is the one who opens the door, it's all over. It is so over if Yae is the one to open the door. Spinne, yes, Monica is the most reasonable choice out of the bunch. Monica would still be the most reasonable choice, but even then we'd be in trouble. It has to be us. It has to be me and Meiji opening the door. It has to be. But we won't be thinking about the fact that it's Yuri. Why would we expect it to be Yuri after all, right? There's no reason we would expect Yuri to suddenly show up and want to walk to school with us. So we're not gonna go because it would be inconvenient to remerge for this. We are fucked. Jeez, yeah, we drag her into the classroom. Oh boy. Oh, could that be Mori? She's early. We all freeze, remembering what happened yesterday with Yuri. Oh god, they're remembering it. Thank you. Thank you, you're remembering it. So we know logically that we have to be the one to go to the door. Right? That leaves one big question. Yae and Natsuki. Do they know? Did they make the reasonable assumption that Yuri could be at the door right now? Or are they just sitting there like, oh yeah, I might as well get the door for Mori? Please. Please, Yae, please, Natsuki, think about this. Don't go to the door right now. It might not be Mori who's there. And if it's someone else, specifically Yuri, we're in trouble. I really hope they're not gonna go. Monica springs into action, running out towards the door. Don't! The three of us, trapped in the space classroom, wait anxiously. Eventually... Oh, thank God. Monica! You scared me for a second. Hi, Gabe. Thank you for the raid. Hope your Yakuza stream went well. I was lurking for parts of it. But yeah, welcome raiders. Welcome to Doki Doki. World of Dreams. Speaking of World of Dreams, as the name, we just had a nightmare. A wonderful nightmare. Everybody died. Most of them twice. So yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, hope the stream went very well. Very smoothly. Thank you for the pats as well. Eventually Monica comes back. Mori in tow.
It's okay, it's just Mori.
Just Mori. Just Mori. Just Mori.
Sorry for being early, I wasn't really able to sleep last night, so I decided to come here early. That's okay. Did anything happen last night? Anything worth reporting?
Nothing to... Monica, please! I'm trying to act all cool and composed here. Nothing to... Code had a nightmare.
Code had a nightmare.
It's Yuri, disguised as Mori. I should know. Good news. A woman joined our party. Let's go. Acquired woman. Check. I feel like I have enough women in my party currently. I mean, just looking around here. Please, it's not oh Mori. Haha, I get it.
Code had a nightmare.
I shoot a glance at the now worried Mori.
A nightmare?
Yeah, just a nightmare.
If you say so. I hope no one was hoping to cook breakfast because I stopped by McDonald's to grab some breakfast on the way here.
Good old McDonald's. Ah, yes. Thank you for that. Thank you. The quotes, they just keep coming. Anyway, anyone want some McDonald's? She holds up a couple of large-handled plastic bags. One of them slightly wet from the rain. How bad is it out there today? Mori shakes her head.
It's bad. Worse than any day this week.
Well, thank you for going to the trouble. I appreciate it. We all do, right? The others not appreciatively.
Well, I did burn dinner last night.
No one's gonna blame you for that, you know. Yes, yes, what Gabe said. Oh no, there's just no end to them. For real? I smell fried breakfasty goodness. Natsuki looks around and spots the McDonald's bags. Hey, haven't had a McMuffin in ages.
I didn't know what everyone liked, so I got a bit of everything, except for you, Monica. I got the breakfast platter without bacon. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Oh, what am I smelling?
Mori holds up one of the bags.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
Let's take this to the dining room. Grabbing the bags, I head into the dining room, everyone following behind me. Fine dining, with some good old fast food. Once there, I empty all the bags and place the breakfast sandwiches on the table.
Don't be shy, take what you want, I brought plenty.
And with that, everyone begins grabbing the meals they want. I set Monica's aside for her at the normal place, while I go grab plates. I come back with set plates, set the table, and grab 2 small McMuffins. Seeing them brings back the memory of my first day in this world. Back then, I realized I was just living the fantasy that every DDLC fan had, trying to help the Dokis. Yeah. And now we realized what a nightmare it would actually be to be here and trying to help the Dokis. In the beginning, we didn't realize how horrible we would have it. Oh no. Ah, what good old days. I guess the reality hadn't set in then. Unwrapping the sandwich, I stare at it for a while. I want to go home. The novelty of living this nerdy fantasy is starting to wear off. I miss my parents. I miss being at my job, even if it was hard. I miss my own college. This world, it's too much for me right now. Must have been staring for too long at my sandwich. Yes, I feel someone shake me out of my reverie.
Oh, you okay? You've been staring at your food for a few minutes.
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. How to help the doggies. Control X the character files, Control V to anywhere else. Not in the game file, so save them from the script. Great! But how would they operate as people if they're no longer in the world? You know? Anyway, honestly, I get it. I get it. Totally get it. I feel like if this happened to me, there would also be people I miss. Yeah, I'd miss a lot of people in my family. Yeah, I'd miss you people. And the few friends that I have. But I think, assuming we can make it to the end and get the good ending after Act 4, I feel like I would be happy with this outcome. Right? I feel like most of us, a lot of us might be. Gonna drag you out of the DLC world if you get stuck in there. No, don't do it to me. No, I don't want to go back to reality. I'd rather suffer through this a little bit more and then live my happily ever after in the world of DDLC. Please. I look at her and she stares at my expression. Putting my food down, I grab a napkin and wipe my face as best as I can. Yeah, I just got lost in thought. Putting the napkin down, I force myself to eat just so I can keep up my mental strength. Despite our current state, the food is delicious, and I hungrily finish the first sandwich, quickly opening another. Can't focus on my past life right now. I'm still stuck here, and there's nothing I can do about it. One problem at a time, I think. Halfway through my second sandwich, Monica reaches over again.
Hey man, slow down, you don't want to choke. Besides, it's early. Take your time, okay?
I nod and continue eating, this time making myself slow down. Let's see, well, as long as I can take my family and friends with me now. That! Yes, Spinner, that is taking it to the next level. That would be taking it to the next level. Excuse me, Monica, can we set it up so that in the world of DDLC I can still do my streams into the real world, so I would still keep my community without forcing them to accompany me, and also be able to live out my happily ever after? While at the same time not fully truly abandoning the real world, but at the same time kind of cutting myself off from the real world. I know I'm really asking for the best of both worlds here, but can one blame me? As long as the internet connection into the real world is a thing, that would be all I need, I think. I need an internet connection to the real world. Perfect. Then I would live my happily ever after with no regrets whatsoever. I nod and continue eating, this time making myself slow down. Finally I finish and look around. Everyone is still eating, most nearly finished. There are a handful of sandwiches left, as well as a few hash browns. Hash browns? Yeah, okay, sure, okay, anyway. Still a bit peckish, I grab a small hash brown and nibble on it, the thoughts from before slowly returning. It's true, I'm starting to miss home. I wonder again if my parents are looking for me back home. I also worry about how much time might have passed in the real world compared to time here. Maybe it's like how time passes in DDLC compared to the real world. Maybe only a few hours have gone by. If that's so, they're still on their second honeymoon in Hawaii and won't be home for a while more. Or maybe nearly 2 weeks have gone by and they come home to find the house empty and me gone. Tasty? Or that extra one on the rare occasion I have McDonald's breakfast? Are they really that good? Are they really? I guess I should keep it in mind. I shudder a bit at the thought, and my mind starts racing in fear again. Why am I thinking about this now? No, focus. I shake my head a bit and finish eating the hash browns before putting the wrapper down. I take a little bottle of orange juice and sip at it while the others finish their meals. Breakfast has gone on in silence all this time. As breakfast begins winding down, my brain goes into overdrive, going over potential scenarios to any plan I think of. Maybe it's just my current jaded mood about everything, but anything I come up with doesn't seem to end up well. A thought then occurs to me. Yuri was at school on the final day of Act 2 in the original game, so it's likely she'll be at school. A sudden shake of my shoulder jolts me out of my thoughts. Looking over, I see that Monica is looking at me again. This time it's not just her, everyone, even Ya, is looking at me. Did I do something?
We're making faces and nothing. You okay, sweetie?
I clear my throat and take another gulp of juice before setting the nearly empty bottle down. Right. I was just thinking about today and what we should do.
But we're gonna do that right now after we clean up in here.
Oh, right. In my own current state of mind, I almost forgot I have help, and lots of it. Is everyone pretty much done? Looking around, I see that Natsuki and Ya are the only ones not quite finished. Natsuki is still eating like she's... Thanks for the banana. Natsuki's still eating like she's never gonna have another meal, and Ya is just nibbling on her sandwich. Well, should we start now, or wait? Natsuki mumbles something, but gives us a thumbs up in response. Ya, on the other hand, simply nods.
Don't wait up for me.
And with that, I clear my throat and look at the gathered group. Okay, so what should we try to do today? Today, according to the game, is the last day before the second part of DDLC ends. I was just thinking of a few scenarios earlier, and I'm not sure even where to go from here. I'm not even sure if Yuri's gonna show up for school or not.
I didn't.
Natsuki puts down her sandwich and wipes her mouth, swallowing before continuing.
When my mom died, I cried a lot, and Dad told me I didn't have to go to school for the next few days. I don't know if Yuri would do the same thing, but with how she's been acting, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, she's gonna be there. She's gonna try to confess to me. You know it's gonna happen. Source post for the stream. Keep the funniest, for example, Taco Bell death sound. Ah, yes. Genius.
Oh, maybe, but remember that Yuri shows up that final day in the game like Code explained. If she does, we need to talk to her. Maybe even bring her in here.
Yeah, not sure that's a good idea. She's losing it, Sayori.
All the more reason to bring her in here and show her what her past life was like.
Remember what happened to me when you guys tried that? I nearly snapped my neck, you know. So what will Yuri do? She has a knife collection, damn it. She's a knife collector, damn it.
Yeah, she is. But she would probably do what you're thinking of without our involvement. Natsuki takes a few deep breaths to calm herself down.
I didn't mean to yell. This whole thing terrifies me. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not alone, Natsuki. We're all terrified. I'll admit I'm scared too, and I'm not even in this game. Same here.
Alright. You both make some good points. Clearing my throat, I continue. I say we try and come up with plans for both scenarios.
We shouldn't forget about Kotonoha.
Mori almost spits the name out angrily. Right, yeah, that's her too. Thoughts? Then all 7 of them tackle her. Yes. yes. There would be no way she can... Again, if all of us are keeping her pinned down, there's no way she could, you know, she could struggle her way out of it. Everyone grab one extremity. So one person right arm, one person left arm, one person left leg, one person right leg, one person grabs her head. That's 5 of us accounted for. Number 6 can... I don't know. Sit on her. I don't know. Just sit down right dead center on her so she can't move even less. Which would leave the remaining people available to go to the PC and figure out what to do. More than 2 people would not be necessary on the PC at one time, I think. So yeah, that would leave everyone accounted for then, right? Perfect. It just works. The room falls silent as everyone begins thinking.
Mori, didn't Yuri give you her number one of the days in the club room? She did, yeah, why? I'm thinking there's a bigger chance she might talk to you over the phone if she doesn't show up at school today. She hates the rest of us currently for various reasons. I wouldn't say she hates you guys.
No, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. But Mori, if you're okay with it, calling Yuri if she doesn't show up at least, or at least texting her would be helpful.
Of course, anything I can do to help. But what if Yuri does show up? Do you want me to try talking to her?
That would probably be a good idea. In fact, if she does show up, Monika's idea about you contacting her is a good idea. If she doesn't show up, Monika's idea about you contacting her is a good idea.
Just be nice with her regardless.
To Yuri's text message from yes, I don't think we did. We never mentioned anything, so I don't think we replied to that at all. It might influence her current mental state, yeah, but... What, does one even reply to those messages? I mean... Also, by the way, her current mental state. Let us just be clear about something here. Oh, she was sending us more pictures. Spinner, you were there. You were commenting on the time she sent that one picture. Like, what? You were commenting about what the fuck, and she sent more. Anyway, yeah, we didn't get to see it, but you were commenting on it anyway. I remember that you commented on it in chat. And yes, none of us saw the picture. We didn't actually get to see it. They just showed it to each other, as in the game. It wasn't shown on our screen. So, where was I earlier? Damn it, you completely kicked me out of my train of thought. Right, her current mental state, as in... We're assuming there's a big chance she won't come today, right? Because we're assuming, well, her mother just died. I am sure she is not feeling up to stuff right now, so she might not come. Counterpoint. This is the day she confesses to us in the game, normally. And we know she's not above getting into our pants. Because she literally sent us those sexy pics yesterday after we already knew her mom died. She found out her mom was dead, and then in the evening she was in the mood to send us sexy pics. So if she's gonna confess today, she'll definitely show up. I feel like there's no doubt about it at that point, right? If she's in the mood to send pictures like that, she's definitely gonna show up. Just my 2 cents on the issue. But yeah, I guess there's always a chance she won't show.
I know I will be. Oh, what about Kotonoha?
I shake my head. She's to be avoided as best as possible. Don't try and provoke her if you encounter her. If she approaches you, just be polite if at all possible. I give Natsuki a sideways glance. Fine. Our priority today should be Yuri. I just hope she'll be receptive enough.
Should I ask my gang, I guess, to keep an eye on her?
I shake my head again. Like I said earlier, I don't think that's a good idea. Thinking of her gang, I give Ya my full attention now.
Yes?
Kawahashi, when was the last time you saw anyone from your group? She stiffens.
Not for a while. Tuesday, really.
Won't they be suspicious?
No, I texted Kari on Wednesday and told her that I was taking a break for a while.
Who's Kaori?
Tsukumo Kaori, she's my second in command. Ramoto-san, no one would dare approach me when I say I'm on a break.
And what about the rest of us, especially your so-called second in command?
Hang on. Again, we know Act 2 gets worse from in comparison to Act 1 in any way. How do we know that, at least during Act 2, your second in command isn't trying to usurp power? What if her second in command is trying to usurp her power? And is using this break? Kari, the fifth Toki who's been there all along! It's her, guys, it's her. Totally.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Okay, that's enough. Natsuki has a good point though, Kawahashi. We can't be sure that your group won't try anything with us.
They didn't on Wednesday and yesterday, did they? And I told them that you are under my protection now.
Not my point. We can't take that kind of chance.
What more do you want me to do? Text her again and say, hey, by the way, the people I'm hanging out with now are trying to save the world, so don't bother us. I'm sure she'll believe that.
Her crossed arms begin to ball into fists. No, of course not. All I'm saying is, we need to keep an eye out. It's very possible we might run into some new snags. That seems to be the case this time around anyway.
Okay, you have a point. How annoying.
Yeah.
Be vigilant. Not a vigilante.
Where did you learn that?
I just thought of it. Ha! Take your own advice then. Damn! I shake my head and am about to apologize to him again when he stops me. I'm kidding. I know you promised to be careful with my body and I'm holding you to that. Speaking of, are you feeling any better today? Meiji shrugs. My voice is still half gone, but I feel a bit better. That's good.
Is there anything else you feel like we should address, Code?
All eyes fall on me. I lean back and think. All I can really think of is what I already mentioned. Keep a sharp eye out for anything. I'll try my best too. I stand. If anyone has anything to say, might as well say it now. We've all got to get to school soon. A few moments of silence pass as the others consider. One by one, they all murmur that they can't think of anything we might have missed. Great, then let's get going. What about the possibility of Yuri figuring out how the space classroom key works? What in that event? What if Yuri just messes around with the pen, the cap gets screwed off, she sees a key and randomly tries it on a door? I am concerned about the possibility of that happening. If so, she would step in this room, and one of two things will happen. Option A. She will be incredibly confused as to why there is a space classroom, wonder what the fuck is going on, sees a Yuri, a girl she to all her knowledge has never met before, and I don't know how she would react given her current mental state. Option B. The same thing would happen that happened with Natsuki, where her just walking into the room would somehow be enough to trigger her memory from Act 1 to activate, and the two memories clashing with each other, causing her to have the breakdown similar to what Natsuki had, except instead of neck snapping, it would be a bunch of knife action. Out of those two options, I think option A is still the more preferable one, obviously. But again, I really feel like we might have to plan for that. Wouldn't use it on just a normal door, I would use it on a locked door in the school. I would, for one, just be confused why there's a key in the pen. Oh, I realized one more thing she could do. One more door she might try to use it on. She knows this is our pen, right? She knows that pen belongs to Meiji. And she found a key in it. What if she's just like, oh, maybe this is his hidden spare key for his house? It wouldn't matter, honestly, it wouldn't matter which door she tries it on. So long as she tries this key on any door, she will open the door to the space classroom. So we just have to hope that she doesn't find the key, and if she does, she isn't gonna use it. Great, then let's get going. As one, everyone begins gathering up their garbage from the table. Eventually, we're all out of the space classroom. Natsuki looks over at Sayori, who's busy near the desktop.
Sayori, are you gonna be okay in here all alone all day?
Huh? Oh, you don't have to worry about me. I'll be fine. Well, here. Take these for food.
Mori comes over with the remaining McDonald's bag and sets it on the table in front of the couch.
Text one of us if anything shows up on your end, alright?
With a smile, Sayori ushers us quickly towards the door.
Just go, I promise I'll be okay.
The other girls go, leaving me, Sayori, and Meiji. Monica is waiting outside for me. Before we step out, Sayori comes over to Meiji, practically throws her arms around him and kisses him hard. Caught off guard, Meiji almost falls back out of the classroom, but he stops himself just in time. He wraps his arms around her waist and kisses back. How sickeningly sweet. Monica and I exchange a small smile as the two lovers slowly pull apart.
Please stay safe out there, okay?
Not up to me, remember?
I was talking to all of you.
Sayori looks at the three of us.
Keep each other safe. You will.
I promise. She finally completely lets go of Meiji and backs away.
See you later today, then.
We'll be back home before you know it, Sayo. After a moment, she urges us both towards the door.
Well, Friday or no Friday, you can't be late for school.
Alright, we're going. After the merging is complete, I note with some relief that Meiji does feel a bit better.
It is super cute.
Again, I have to say, this mod does have its ups and downs, right? We can all agree. It would definitely benefit from a little bit of proofreading in some places, and as Tormius has also specifically called out, some subjects could be handled a little bit more carefully. Doesn't mean that the mod doesn't have some. That doesn't mean that the mod is in any way bad. It's still a very fun mod, I think, despite its few little hiccups. His throat still hurts, but it feels manageable if I keep my mouth closed for most of the day. I pull out a mask from his pocket and put it over my face.
See you soon, Sayori. Take care.
Sayori waves at us as we head down the hall. Monica and I are the last two out in the dark, rainy morning. The rain is currently coming down harder, and the wind feels like it's picking up now. I hope we're not getting a typhoon. I note Meiji's voice sounding a bit hoarse still, and make a note to ask the nurse if she has any lozenges? To help soothe sore throats before class. The other three are waiting by the gate for us. Opening our umbrellas, Monica and I head over to where they are. In silence, the five of us make our way to school, hardly seeing anyone else around. Can't say I've heard that word before. Can't say I've heard that word for pills before. Damn. Guess I just suck. Also, hi, Taco. Oh, it's outrageous. How outrageous, though? How outrageous could it be? Besides, the five of us make our way to school, hardly seeing anyone else around. Natsuki notices this lack of student traffic.
Did they cancel school without us knowing about it?
Mori pulls out her phone and looks through it quickly.
I don't see anything so far. The weather forecast doesn't say anything about a major storm or anything like that. We are a bit earlier than we were yesterday, remember? Plus, not many people would want to walk to school in this kind of weather.
Yeesh. You could say that again. It's like we're in a freaking monsoon here.
See, all anyone should die. Okay, yeah, that is very outrageous. Jesus. And those are the kinds of people that have alpha access? I feel like they should have their rights revoked, shouldn't they? They definitely should have their rights revoked to access the alpha. It's the day after a school shooting, so closing the school would be reasonable. It would be. It would also be reasonable. A bunch of students are just like, I can take this as an excuse to take the Friday off. It's the day after school shooting. It's a Friday. It is this incredibly rainy that nobody wants to go out. Like, if anyone was looking for excuses to ditch, this would be the day. The one on the right, that is Yai, the school slut. Say hi to Yai. Okay, keys. Oh, they gave away a lot of keys, that is why. I don't know how many closed beta testers are in Tribe 9. I don't know the exact number. Going by the default names, right? Because you get a default name assigned to you and a number added to after the default name. You can change the name to anything else, but if you don't change it, you basically have default username plus a number. The highest number I've seen so far was 8. So I don't think Tribe 9 has many closed beta testers, or at least they haven't started testing it yet. Some of the ones that got it.
Why is that, by the way? It only rained on Friday last time. Why is it so rainy this time around? And don't tell me I'm the only one freaked out by this small detail.
Your guess is as good as mine. I know we had that brief break in the clouds before that fight you two had, but other than that, it's been constant rain.
Alpha now, so it's gonna be released in some time. I still feel like if you say slurs in chat, you should have your rights revoked to participate in the alpha. In fact, you should be banned permanently. And just saying, just saying.
It's weird though, I almost expected it to be nice today. You wouldn't be the only one.
The five of us fall into silence now that I've said anything, not that I've said anything much since retaking control of Meiji's body, and we shouldn't say much. Again, spare your voice. I don't want to speak unless it's absolutely necessary. We walk the rest of the way in silence, and at the first sign of another student, I start moving back from the girls. No doubt that the rumor mill is still in overdrive, but I don't want to give them any more fuel for the fire. Monaha gives me a small glance as I disconnect from the other girls, but I just nod and smile a bit under my mask. The moment I'm inside the school building, and after I change into the school loafers, I make my way to the nurse's office. The nurse is sitting at her desk when I open the door. She looks up at me when I walk in. She recognizes me instantly.
Jesus, is there something wrong?
I clear my throat a bit, which hurts slightly. You have anything I can suck on for a sore throat? She hands me a bag she grabbed from the shelf.
Yeah, these should help soothe the pain. If I'd known, I'd have given these to you yesterday.
Yesterday my throat wasn't a priority.
You got that right.
I take the bag from her, unwrapping one of the small candy shaped lozenges and popping it in my mouth. You have anything I can suck on, nurse? Anything I can, you know, really appreciate? Dear nurse. I was just thinking that. Yes. Yes. Everyone's in agreement with that one, huh? I put the rest in Meiji's school bag.
If you feel any worse through the day, come my way and rest. Doctor's orders got it. Off to class with you now.
Without further ado, I head back out to my class. The classroom is still pretty much empty at this point, but I do see a couple of familiar faces. Mori's already there, organizing her school books on her desk. In the desk behind Meiji's is CodeErr, head on her desk and arms wrapped around her head to keep out the stray sunlight. I quietly approach, hang Meiji's bag from the hook and sit down. Despite my best efforts, this startles CodeErr. Huh? Oh, hey there, Code. I put my hand to my face and lower my voice to a whisper. Not in public, I'm Meiji now, remember? Oh, right. We need to stop slipping up like this. I was Meiji my whole life, and now that you know that Code is the one Code is the one in control, you all of a sudden just hardwired that name into your brain. Really, it shouldn't be that hard to keep pretending I'm just Meiji. I know she looks a bit tired and her eyes are a bit bloodshot, like she's been crying. I quickly lower my voice to a whisper. Other students. These characters are other students that attend this school. You think that? Yeah. I quickly lower my voice to a whisper. You okay? She stiffens a bit, but then slowly nods. It's nothing. CodeErr? Yeah, approached me a little while ago. Just saying stuff like, I'm sorry about having my gang push you around on Monday, and I'm sorry about just missing your cosplay, and claiming she wanted to come support me in a cosplay contest. She's shaking now, completely angry. What, does she think a simple apology is gonna be enough? After all the shit she put me through? Not to mention all the shit she put you and everyone else in the school through.
CodeErr?
Looking at Mori, I see she's carrying a small McDonald's bag, which she starts to set down on CodeErr's desk. CodeErr pushes it away. No, I'm fine today. I bought an onigiri on the way to school today. Well, ain't that something? Other characters in DDLC? Yeah, try not to be confused, as you do. No confusion. Any weeks of monster sobriety? I wouldn't know how much a monster energy would hit me. I've never had a single energy drink in my whole life. I know, fake gamer or whatever. Oh no, how can he be a gamer and not drink tons of energy drinks? How horrible.
Oh, if you're sure. What's going on? You're getting pretty loud over here.
Oh, was I? On my thing either? I don't think I ever drank an energy drink either. Oh my god, my fellow fake gamers, you exist! Yes! We shall unite! Honestly, I can't. I'm acting like, oh my, I'm not gonna try to act high and mighty about this. If people like energy drinks, they like energy drinks. You can argue about how healthy they are, but as long as you don't overdo it, I don't think there's any problem. They're not something I am gonna, get into, but who needs energy if you have alcohol? I don't have that either. Not a single drop my whole life. Keep prodding me. I am a very simple person. 99% of the time I drink water and that's it. The only other thing I drink, other than water, is the occasional bit of juice. Usually apple juice, if it is. But even that is a pretty rare occasion. Other than that, no, just water. I am that basic. Jose looks around and notices that the other few students in the class are looking over at her. Drink more. 100 milliliters. You sure you're very healthy? Sure you are. Yeah. Don't die, please. I make myself tea. Yes, true. Tea is also in that last 1% for me. Sparkling water, not just water? Ah, see, I don't even do that. For me, it's straight up tap water. Straight up tap water. No sparkles. I don't like sparkling water. I don't. It has to be perfectly still. Not a single sparkle anywhere in it. Also, hi, Ro, how's it going? Chess. Ah, I see. Also, hi, how are you doing? We are probably getting closer to the end. So, unless you were lurking earlier, and I just wouldn't know. Anyway, hope you're well. Tastes too boring to me. Well, I like the boring drinks. Tap water for me too. I don't get the appeal of sparkling water. Yeah. I mean, some people like it. It just isn't for me. Way too much? How would it taste too much? Well, I guess it depends on where you live, I guess. I know that not everywhere in the world tap water is safe to drink. I know there are a lot of places where where it's not even safe to drink that stuff. I'm happy to say that's not the case for me. I can drink all I want. Tastes more neutral. Ah, yeah. I know a quarter of the story. You don't need to. You just need to know it's an isekai story. I did it in the US, yeah. Whatever. Just filter the second time. Damn. Oh, so that was like sparkling water tastes like TV static. If TV static tasted like that, that'd be damn good. Well, I guess TV static isn't for everyone. And my thing, they just hurt my mouth. Again, yeah. Remember how I said, the very rare occasion that I drink something other than water, that 1% area. It's sometimes tea or juice. And if it's apple juice, then yeah, I don't mind the carbonation. That is the one time I am like, yeah, okay, you can give me the carbonation. It is kind of refreshing. But, I just, in general, if I had to pick one thing to drink for the rest of my life, it would be regular tap water and nothing else, if I had to pick one single thing. It would be an easy choice. What you thought of the stimulation? I couldn't tell you. That's something you'd have to figure out. Oh, my bad, it was nothing. Apparently, yeah, I tried to apologize to her just now. Mori sighs.
I told her that was a bad idea, the timing and all that. Jose, I'm so sorry.
Damn it, I can't help but feel like this is my fault, telling Yaya last night to keep trying. But at least she is putting in the effort. I just hope Kozue can see that in the future like I did. Forget it, it's fine. She still pisses me off is all.
Understandable, just promise me you won't go looking for trouble with her or any of her gang today.
Not unless they come to me, but I promise.
Thanks, and take this anyway.
Mori puts the fast food bag on the desk.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
So what's the plan for today? I know you told us Yoshika's mom passed last night suddenly.
I'm about to reply, but Mori holds up her hand.
Meiji, don't talk. Rest your voice, remember?
What? What's wrong with his voice?
He's losing it. I can tell you the plan for today.
Mori quickly goes over everything we've outlined earlier at breakfast. Unlimited drinks, they're just not my preference. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting you to say that, you can't. But clarification is always nice. Kozuo listens carefully, then nods when Mori finishes.
I'll do my best to keep an eye out.
Thanks.
Mori turns to her seat and continues preparing for the day. I turn around and stare out the window, still sucking on the lozenge. After a while, I hear the sound of a paper bag being opened. I feel like we're just gonna go until we make it to lunch, right? Making it to lunch should be our objective today. And that will be any moment now. I smirk a bit. She just couldn't resist, could she? Yeah. Oh, we're sucking, alright. The minutes roll by, but to my surprise, hardly anyone else shows up for class. By the time the teacher comes in, less than half of the desks are filled up. Unfazed, the teacher just begins class. Man, some days do be like that. I remember one thing back in my school days. You see, I am the type of person, like, in my early school days, I was definitely the type to, if I can get an excuse to not come to school, I'm taking it. Later on, I was getting into that commitment of, like, okay, if I miss stuff out, I'll have to make up for missing out and study that stuff on my own, and I can't study stuff on my own, so I have to be present for class. So I was in these moments of where, like, for more than a year at a time, like, without a single sick day always. And then people started realizing that I was barely sick, ever. And I started a little bit of a movement one day, I think. There was one day where everyone just felt like they were done. There were already a bunch of people in the class that were missing, and nobody wanted to stay for the afternoon classes, actually. And people were discussing whether or not they were gonna, excuse themselves for being sick and just go home. Multiple people were discussing, like, who's gonna go, who's gonna stay. And eventually I said, I feel like I'm gonna go today as well. And the immediate discussion was, wait, well, if even he's going home, then yeah, no question about it, we go. And that really hit me like, wait, am I really that much of a factor here? Anyway, in the end, the afternoon classes featured 6 people after all of us left. There were 6 people left in class for the afternoon. Oh, fun. I'm sure they had the greatest time ever. Ah, that was a beautiful day. I remember the good old days, yes. Little sick days that maybe just once faked it because I was really not feeling it that day. Yeah, that's fair. Don't like school at least nearly every day. Except if I was sick, which is fair. Like, sometimes I went in even if I was feeling a bit under the weather. So, yeah. Everyone left except me because I aren't allowed. The teacher just told me to go home. Yeah. I can imagine that, holding a lesson with just one person present wouldn't really be all that great. Alright, unfazed, the teacher just begins class. Outside, the wind seems to have picked up a little bit more. Meiji, is this normal? I was just going to say something about that. No, it isn't. That's not a good sign. You think Yuri will be home too? It's looking more and more likely now. I feel Meiji's body start to feel sluggish. You doing alright, man? Yeah, that sometimes happens to me with me when I'm sick. Just try and power through. Understood. The teacher starts classes, and unlike the last week, I once more zone out. My mind focused on other things. Before I know it, lunchtime rolls around. So you're not in class? Can relate. Yes. I get it. And then you catch yourself while zoning out and are like, hang on, this is actually kind of important. What did I miss? And then you know that you just zoned out and have to focus, but you zone out again anyway. So I think this would be a good stopping point. Yeah, I know. Lunch is just perfection. You know, I'm gonna say it right now. There's a chance. Can't guarantee it, but there's a chance next week might be the last stream of this. It's either gonna be one more or two more streams, I think. Because, again, this is Friday. Friday is the day where Yuri stabs herself. After that, you skip through the weekend until the day of the festival, at which point it basically just throws you straight into Act 3. If this is anything like the base game, then this is gonna be the final day and we're already at lunchtime. So yeah. Sorry, not for real because I think it's funny. Yeah. It's still Friday? Well, it was Thursday last week. Friday just began. Last week's stream was Thursday. Today we made it into Friday. Like, part of today's stream was still Thursday. I think half of today's stream was Thursday. The second half of the stream was Friday. Still Friday. Yeah. Right, I remember that. So again, today is when the stabbing should happen. We have to be very careful. The fact that there's not many students present might even be a good thing. Because the less students are here, the less unknown variables we have to look out for, right? At least that's what I think. Reducing the number of students means there is less likelihood of anyone interrupting us or anything else going wrong. So this is one of the few times where I actually think one of these ominous changes might be actually for the best. It all comes down, of course, to whether or not Yuri is actually gonna be here today. Also, if Yuri manages to get us while we're alone, we need to confront Yuri as a group or have someone else confront her. If Yuri finds us while we're alone, and we're alone with Yuri, I have a feeling that will instantly trigger her confession scene, right? I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? It is the day of the confession, after all. So we have to make sure that no matter what happens, we have either someone else talking to Yuri or we're accompanied by someone. I don't want to bump into her without anyone accompanying me. We have to make sure of this. The problem is, if Yuri sees us constantly walking together with one of the other girls, that's also not gonna be good. Because she's gonna be super jealous that we're spending all our time with another woman. So this is a lose-lose situation because apparently we don't have any guy friends in this school or something. It would be so much easier if one of the people in the if one of the other people we knew here was a guy. That would probably solve all of our problems. Because we could just be chilling with our bro the entire time without Yuri getting jealous and without risking running into her alone. You know? Guys are overrated, I guess. Where is Kenzo when you need him? Kenzo, my bro, I need you. Being Friday, she's already feeling stabby. Yup, true. Twirly-whirly my headset. I probably need to untwirly-whirly my headset as well at some point. He's working on the car. You're right. Damn it. So busy working on the car. He can't be there for his bro. No. Well, whatever happens, happens. We'll see next week how this could possibly go wrong. Let's just hope for the best. Let's just hope for the best. Because we're trying to have Mori specifically talk to Yuri, because Mori is currently the one person that Yuri should hate the least. If Mori can find Yuri and talk to her, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Yuri bumps into us while we're alone. How would we get out of it? How would we get out of that if Yuri bumps into us while we're alone? Any strategies? Keep Yae out of there. True, if Yuri sees us with Yae, we're even more screwed. Because every single person who isn't part of Yae's gang hates her. Right? We basically know that. Yuri as well is in the Yae hate club, so to say. If she sees us hanging out with Yae, we're definitely fucked. Not in the good way, in the bad way. Alright, we could raid Roomba-chan again. Honestly, I don't know. We raided her before, and I fought and everything. I gotta be honest, I don't really actively watch many of her streams. Especially given that there are rumors about Meiji and Yae. There are rumors about Meiji having a harem and Yae being part of it. So yeah, that is bad. Plus, Yuri thinks some of us are even, like, specifically when it comes to Monika and Natsuki, Yuri thinks we're already close enough to call each other pet names. So she's super jealous of those two right now, and if she then sees us messing around with Yae in any way, shape, or form, that's the end. It's over. It's just over. There's no saving that. Definitely fucked. Not in the good way, in the bad way. I know what I said. You can suddenly imagine, though. Let's see. Any DDLC streams that are live. There's this person called CodeErr who's streaming who's in Act 2 right now. Well, ain't that interesting? Well, ain't that interesting? Who is this person? They only have one viewer. Why so low? Oh, then the very beginning of the game. Very beginning of the game, one viewer? Maybe? Suppose the one piece of good news is that Yae would definitely distract Yuri from stabbing herself. Yeah, because she would try stabbing Yae instead. That's a big risk. One I'm not sure I'm willing to take. Oh wait, this person has followers only chat, will not rate. I was gonna say only one viewer, let's rate this person. No, they're in followers only chat. I don't like that. We're picking someone else. What about this person? Considering the fact this game's been out almost 7 years, you'd think there'd be more people streaming mods. You'd think so. But, there really aren't. Yeah, we're rating this person. Actually, people. There's multiple people. Oh no, it's a collab of some kind. Either that or a shared channel. Since there's no names listed in the title, I assume it might even be a shared channel. You know what? Let's give these people a raid. They have a relatively low viewer count. Not down to 1, but at least they're not in followers only chat, so we can actually rate them. And it would appear they're also relatively early in the game, so even better. Gotta love rating early game, peeps. Hooray! Wait, too late! Too late, I initiated. We're going now, you can't stop it. You can head over to raid as well if you want, of course. But this raid is heading out towards someone else. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this stream. I definitely enjoyed playing today. I'm looking forward to next week, when we possibly finish the game. It is a high possibility that we finish next week. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If we're close to the end, I'll definitely feel comfortable going up to 4 hours. Thank you. Sayashi definitely needs to know, right? Everyone needs to know. Alright, everyone. See you around. And again, I will stream again tomorrow. This coming week, there will be a bunch of Terraria streams happening. 4 of them. Every day except Wednesday. So look forward to that. And I will be joined by some people for that. And I am a noob at Terraria, so be aware. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. And of course, if you're watching this after it's been uploaded to the YouTubes as a VOD, your support has also been greatly appreciated. If you want to catch me live in the future, you can do so by checking the description down below. There will be a link to my Twitch where I stream every single Friday and Saturday, sometimes other days of the week as well, but that's a bit more irregular. In any event, thank you so much for watching. I will see you around. Have a good one. Bye-bye.